on that first test flight, packing it with science as much as we can.
Wow, Nikki, so much science. It's hard to keep track of everything. But the unique thing about Artemis 2 is we're sending crew. Can you speak to the importance of the human element of science?
Absolutely. I mean, we can program like we do with our beautiful rovers on Mars.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to ask for a little bit of help here. Jump across and let me know. Right, guys, I'm going to have to ask for a little bit of help.
Forward to is when they think they're going to be looking here, is hearing one of them say, "Oh my goodness, look over there!" And I think that's just incredible.
Do let me know. Can you hear the stream?
Also, flying our tissue chips with the astronauts, our Avatar experiment. Here we go, Avatar.
Wow, look at that.
And that's got the tissue chips samples that matched to the crew. So we'll be able to monitor the effects of
I think there would have been an echo there. Is there still an echo?
Tissue as we prepare for more and more missions to the moon for longer and longer durations, and then off to Mars.
Wow, Nikki, so much science ahead of us. But first,
loud and clear.
We have to launch. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much. Go Artemis.
Is there an echo off me?
Do let me know. Let's turn it back over to the countdown with NASA's Megan Cruz.
Lamisha, thank you so much. Yeah, do you know what I've done? I have to have YouTube open as well,
it's just so
I can see the chat when I'm streaming something else. And I had the sound turned on.
Just to test out the hardware and the life support systems.
Yeah, you saw the science video, and then we talked to Nick. Man, there's so much going on, right? We talked a little bit about the lunar observations that we're going to do.
Crew are currently on board.
She talked about, made a really great point about, the human eye can pick things out
T-minus
that a camera
2 hours,
can't necessarily
10 minutes until the launch window
also,
opens.
Not, just doing
not necessarily going to launch, and the launch window is very similar to
they took blood samples from
any of your commercial launches that you have seen, whether it is your SpaceX and your Dragon capsule, or if you've seen any of the Rocket Lab
we're going to look at
Electron
radiation,
launches.
we're going to look at all sorts of different scientific experiments. We got the little CubeSats. We're going to go look at space weather. Lots going on.
Yeah, even collecting some of the
right.
astronauts.
I have a beer there. I'll be serious, yeah. Let me turn this down a bit.
Just really,
I have a beer there, and I have to wait 8 minutes. Apparently, you have to wait 8 minutes on YouTube until you can start doing anything like drinking beer or anything of the sorts, because apparently 8 minutes shows that if there's any under 18, they'd be bored with an adult-based stream. And then, yeah, we can start drinking beer together, my guys. So, yeah, I will be chilling out tonight. Been a great day across the markets. And, yeah, we're going to watch Artemis launch together. I can see whoever that is smashing the reactions. It really helps me out. So thank you so much. Also, bang that like button in the stream.
And CDR, OTC, Orion, Earth 1.
Go.
For your awareness, scrubber cycling is about to be restarted.
Integrity copies.
Gonna get hammered. Yeah, I am, my guy. Trust me. I'm just going to sit here drinking for the night.
Let's try that again. Can we get the
on a what? Wednesday.
Question,
it's 9:15 here where I am.
What are the G-forces experienced by the Artemis astronauts during launch and reentry?
Ooh, these are actually pretty similar.
It's not loud enough for you guys.
A Dragon launch or a shuttle launch. We have to accelerate to get out of the Earth's atmosphere, and then we talked about the secondary burns that they will do to get away from Earth. But, for me personally, it kind of felt like we got slingshotted off the Earth is how I like to describe it. So, you get set back in your seat and the G forces are into your chest.
CDR, OTC, Orion, Earth 1.
Namisha, I actually agree with you. It is a great distraction from the war, but it could be great for the space sector in general. The space sector could boom forward, especially if
that's fantastic news.
we get a positive.
So the spacecraft is holding.
Or if we get a successful mission here, and the successful mission isn't just a launch, guys.
About 6 to 8 minutes. Exciting.
We need your Orion capsule to go
march
around the moon, so it's going to be a
so
week
the
long.
G-forces are into your chest, and it's kind of a slow build.
But if we get positive news from Trump, yeah, I agree with you. Or if we get positive news from Trump, yeah, Mark's going to push forward. The space sector is going to boom, especially as SpaceX confidentially IPO today, or push for IPO. So yeah, we will expect them in June. Sounds great. Should we do a shot together? Yes, my guy.
steady build.
We'll do a
of
shot
about
together.
4.5
Of course we
Gs as
will.
the rocket actually decelerates. You know, you heard in one of the packages, when they come back, they're going to be going 7 miles a second.
Gosh, that's
And
incredible.
so you have to slow down somehow. And to do that, you have to actually, you know, when you brake in a car, you feel those G forces. And so for the astronauts, it'll just be, again, into the chest based on the orientation.
Great. Thank you so much for that answer, Nicole, and for that question. We're going to continue to try to take as many as possible.
Would
Again,
you
feel free to
launch
send
to the
them
moon
us
yourselves?
at NASA Artemis.
I'm mad into
But now
space,
we
but
again
I'd...
have another question for you, for our audience.
Yeah, I'd be.
We want to know, what part of Artemis 2 are you most excited for? Liftoff,
Launch, yeah,
Earth
liftoff.
views from Orion, lunar flyby, or splashdown?
Well,
Tell us
lunar
again on
flyby could
NASA's
be quite
Instagram
good.
or Twitch accounts, and we'll share your answers.
Just before I start the
later in
stream,
broadcast.
apparently
a tough
tomorrow
one.
they
I
will
don't know
see
what my
a
answer would be.
full
I know either. I'm
lunar
excited for it all,
solar
but that's
eclipse
a cop out.
if they do launch
All
tonight.
right, now let's head back over to Banana Creek again.
100% of
Crowds
you
there,
do believe we'll
really
launch tonight.
excited.
We're
People coming from
80%
all
goal for
over the
launch,
country, from around the
weather
world.
permitting.
Why don't we get another check with Leah Martin to see who she's caught up with now?
Well, Megan, we were a little while ago talking to some students from around the globe. Today, we're actually talking to some local students who are from right here, locally, Merritt Island in Titusville. We talk a lot about the Artemis generation and about the students who are going to become the next
Don't
generation
drink and
of
drive.
dreamers, of engineers.
Don't you worry,
of
I won't be
scientists
drinking and driving, my
technologists,
guy. I
and I'm
won't be
actually
driving
standing
nowhere.
with a group of those students here today. Our local high school
Drink
has
driving
actually
illegal in
implemented a really
the
neat new
US? Is it a
program in
completely
the spirit of
0-0
being
limit?
able to create these pipelines for employment
In
and
Ireland, it's
engagement. Can you
0-0,
tell me
but
a little
in
bit
the
about
UK,
what
you can
Merritt
have
Island High
like,
School is
is
doing?
it 2 points or so?
This is a
don't
new
know.
program, first of its kind here in Florida. And basically what we're studying is astronautics and aviation, kind of blended the two together. We have
Let me
flight
know, would you
simulators
fly in
and
a
all that, but
rocket? I've
students
just
are
put
also
that
learning
poll up
about,
there. Do let me know.
engineering, aerospace engineering, and
Take a
we're
shot
trying to
for
make
me. I got to
all kinds
drive
of,
for the next 11
pathways
hours.
available for them, trying to give them opportunities to
Are
see
you a
what pathway they
semi-truck
might want
driver?
to be interested in.
CJ,
So,
was that you?
yeah, just a great opportunity for them
Um,
to learn about space. We just finished doing
11
a full
hours, that's a
model
stretch, isn't it?
rocket build where the students took CAD
I
software,
would.
developed
Don't
their own
drink and
rockets,
drive.
put them together, and launched them right from our school. So it's very exciting.
Incredible. And then another local high school, Titusville. You guys
One
also
of you
have
guys
a
would.
similar but slightly different
Fly-
program.
Oh,
We
that's
do
Christian.
specific
Christian
electronics
would.
with advanced
Oh, no,
manufacturing,
50%.
preparing students to
Enough one
build
of you would.
and manufacture things to
Strap yourself to a
automate,
top,
do automation
the
to
top
build
of a
things on
missile. I
Mars
don't
and
know.
things
I
like
don't
that
know if I
are
would.
locally too.
Now,
Big
you
respect
told
to
me
you,
that
you
you're
know.
actually
I actually
trying
think
to figure
anyone
out a
that
little bit
drives
what you want to do when
semi-trucks
you're
long
done your
distances
freshman in high school.
deserves a lot more
What,
respect
what,
than you actually
what
get.
things
Big
are you
shout out.
learning in your
I think it's
class
like
here that are really
0.7.
kind of tweaking your interest in the aeronautics field?
What is
So we're
0.7 though
building
in...
a lot of
Oh, no,
things with like metal and how we're supposed to do
what
it
would you call a
on
large
rockets.
beer?
We're
Over
also
here
doing
it's a
computer
pint, but
programming,
across in
which
Europe
would help
it's a
with
liter.
NASA and like
We call it a
programming
pint. What
and
would you
coding.
call it?
Absolutely. And you were actually
Right,
telling
we're
me
at
that
8 minutes.
you actually
getting
were
out.
telling me that you're
I don't
interested
care.
in becoming a pilot. We talked a little bit about the pilot.
Look at that, Marjorie. Do you have Marjorie over there?
How is
Spanish
this
beer.
program
It's actually
preparing
quite
you
nice.
for your future?
I mean, it's
Do you know
teaching
what I
me
love
everything
is
that I know about aviation, and it's really inspiring that I get to learn it in a classroom, like locally as well. It's
Moretti.
amazing. I love it.
Moretti.
And then you were also
Italian
telling
beer.
me you're
I do
taking
love
this
that.
class. What's the most interesting thing you
Trump
learned?
will provide positive news to pump the markets on Thursday.
Engineering, like, because I want to be
The stock exchange closed on Friday. He's protecting the market before attacks this weekend. I'm kind of thinking, could it be
Absolutely. Well,
negative
Megan,
though?
when they're seasoned NASA employees, you'll be able to
Because
say
there's
that you saw them
only
here first when they were still in high school.
one
Back to you
day,
at the
so it
desk.
only
I
tanked
can also say that
massively
they
on
have
Thursday.
fans. Nicole
Then
Ayers
he could
here.
do an
As soon
operation over the
as,
weekend, and then
that
we could get
girl said that she
positive
wants to be a pilot,
for
Nicole went.
um,
Yeah, why is
Monday.
that something
I
that's
don't know.
so thrilling?
Well,
to
you call it a
hear?
pint
I mean,
as
I
well.
love when
Thank you.
kids
In
in
the
high
US,
school have
cars
goals
can
and they
be
set their goals high and they want to go do
0.08, I
something. You know,
think,
the
is
kid who
legal.
wanted to be an engineer. or
Yeah,
pilot, like,
I think
love
over
that.
here it's the
You know,
same.
find
If
something
you're
that
driving a
passionate about,
semi-truck,
work
there's
hard
no
at it,
way
and
you
go
can
get
have
good
any
at it.
alcohol in the system.
Yeah, and speaking of passion, I mean, we definitely have a whole
My
bunch of
go-to
people who are
beer
passionate
is
about
St.
what NASA is doing
Bernardus.
here. Again, the
12
lawn
next
behind
time
us
for
just
God.
filled with media from around
Is that an
the world,
IPA?
making sure that they can help tell
A
our
gallon.
story to everyone who is interested
We'll
in
have a
hearing
gallon
it.
of beer
So,
tonight, my guy.
back here in Florida,
I've
of
been
course, we
looking
have
forward to
NASA
this.
leadership
I've been
also
saying it to the
keeping a
missus.
close eye on launch
I've been
operations.
so excited
Let's go
about this
now
launch
to
for
Jasmine
so long.
Hopkins,
I
who's
get so
standing
hyped
by
about
with
rocket
Lori
launches.
Glaze, acting associate
I know my
administrator
channel's
of
nothing
NASA's
to do with like,
Exploration
well,
Systems
it kind of
Development.
is to do with
Thanks so much, Megan. Yeah, we're honored to welcome Dr. Lori Glaze to the balcony now.
I like electric
Lori,
jellyfish
this is
by
our very
Plant
first
Houses
time
in IPA.
having crew on an Artemis mission.
No,
How
it's a
does that feel
quadruple
and how does
ale.
that change our overall
I'm not always
approach
wild
to the
on
mission?
ales, and I'll tell you
It's a
why
really
I'm not
good
wild on
question,
ales.
and it really came home today
When I was
we were watching
17,
the crew walk out.
that was good.
And then we saw them get into their van
What?
and go out to the
I'm
pad.
28
We've been
now.
watching them getting into the crew module.
So yeah,
And
11
we
years
really
ago,
put an
when I was
enormous amount of
17,
rigor
we
into
went,
assuring the safety
myself and my
of our
grandfather
crew.
went for
One of the most important
a
things
drink,
on
and
this
he's old
mission,
school
different from
Irish, like,
Artemis 1, is we now have
and
environmental controls and life
yeah,
support
what was it,
systems.
Abbott's
One of
ale?
the most important
I think it
things
was
we're going
7
to
or
do on this
8%.
mission is test those
I was
out
shocked
and
to
make
bits. And
sure
you
that
know when
we
you're
can
like
keep our
17,
crew
you
healthy
just
and
want
safe
to
throughout their mission.
impress.
We also
Nah.
on this mission
I
have
went
an
to get up to go to
activated
the
launch
toilet,
abort
and
system, which we
it
had
was
the
like my
system
leg,
for Artemis
my
1, but it
body
wasn't
would
active.
go.
But we definitely had that
No, my
active
mind
on
would
this
go, but my
mission.
body
We want
wouldn't.
the ability, again, if something goes
But
wrong,
yeah,
to be able to have
that's my
that ability
experience
to
with
abort
ales.
and
I
get
kind
them
of
back
stuck away
to
from
the
them.
ground again safe.
Absolutely, Lori. I mean, as you're driving home, safety is paramount here at NASA, and your program is responsible for all of these Artemis elements.
Don't
We
know
have the
anything
Space
about
Launch
the. Do
System,
you know what? You're probably
Orion
better off
ground
now.
system. So, how do you get everybody cohesively on the same
It
page for a day
really,
like launch?
I don't
And
know.
that's a great question, and it's really been
I
wonderful to
go through
watch our
stages.
teams working together. We have the ground
Normally
systems,
after
which are
eVTOL
kind of the
weekly
bookends of our mission. The
on a
ground
Sunday,
systems help
when
prepare
myself
us
and
to get
Dylan
the
are
rocket
talking,
ready to take
I
off.
normally
They're doing
crack out a
all of
beer
the
then.
loading of the
Well, I'm not
tanks
a man
right
for going
now
out
and
that
getting the
much
crew
anymore.
into the Orion. And then at the back
Yeah, I'm
end,
too
they'll be
focused on the
there
channel.
to recover the
I'm
crew
Irish
when they
Italian.
land in the ocean.
What part of
But they
Ireland is
know
your
that
family
their
from? See,
job
Jernigan.
is to make sure that that rocket is
Must
ready
be
to
lucky.
go and that the crew module is ready to go. And then the rocket itself, the
Maybe shot
space launch
stag whiskey.
systems,
Do
they
you know
know that
whiskey
their
makes
job
me
is
feel
to
sick? It
deliver
honestly
the
does.
crew module to the right
I
point in
can't drink
space so
whiskey.
that they can conduct their mission. And then again,
Yeah.
they have to make sure that
And even
everything
when I
is
went
ready,
to
that they set them on
uni,
the
we used to
trajectory that
drink
is
that
going to
quad
bring them
vods, like
around the
quadruple
moon and
vods
set them up
and
to
coke.
land in the right place in the Pacific Ocean. And that's their job, and they know how
I wouldn't go near a
important that
vod
is.
now either.
And they have to work
I just think I'd
closely
stick
with
to beers
Orion,
now
which
lately.
again, they also have to work with all the other teams to
I
make
wish I
sure
knew.
that
Oh no, I'm
everything's
gutted for you,
working
my guy.
together. And then on top of that, our flight operations teams, all the people on the ground, they're all working together. They know this mission doesn't work unless every single part of the mission works.
Right. Lori, there are so many things that have to work together today. We can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Of course. And with that, let's take it back to the countdown with NASA's Megan Cruz.
Yeah, and speaking of the countdown, 1 hour, 59 minutes and counting until the
Love
opening
it.
of our 2-hour launch
Whoever's
window
hitting
at
that reactions, I
6:24
absolutely love it. It's really
p.m.
helping me out,
Eastern
my guy.
Time. This is a
Thank
shot
you.
of Jetty Park. It's a nearby popular viewing location of rocket launches.
Also,
and it
smash
is
that
so
like button,
great to
guys. You're
see
just
how
coming in.
many
Smash that
people
like
are
button.
here.
Really.
I mean, this is a Wednesday. Like, people had to take time off of school and off of work, but it's something that they felt like they wanted to do, to be here.
Yeah, you know, I think just based on the chatter on the airplane ride
Oh,
yesterday,
thank you.
half of my airplane ride
Oh, no
here
way,
was
really?
they were coming to see the launch. You know, everybody's excited and traveling from all over the world to come see this launch.
And it really is a great day. We had some sprinkles here in
I know the
crowd,
stream's
but
gonna
for the
kick
most
off
part,
when
I mean, it's just a beautiful day to witness history.
when
It is, yeah. You know,
we get close to
little bit
launch.
for
I
the most
done
part- for the most
a
part, the clouds are staying away.
Starship launch
and you can
before,
see the
and
blue
we had
sky
1,000
behind us,
people
so,
for the stream. As you
hoping
get
for
close to T
good
minus,
weather in a couple
I don't know,
hours.
30 minutes,
Absolutely.
you start
And
seeing
so
the stream
Dr.
climb. I
Lori
wouldn't expect
Glaze
many to be
mentioned
in the
what we
stream this
learned from
early.
the Artemis 2
I know
mission
if I was
helps
watching a
pave
rocket
the way
launch,
to
normally
sustained
I
human
normally tune
presence
in
on the
from
lunar
about an hour
surface.
before.
So what
I
are
get
the
mad hyped
objectives
around
of this mission to eventually
rocket
accomplish
launches though.
that? Let's
Do you
check
think
in with
Elon will
Barry
be
in
watching?
Mission Control
Elon
for
will
more.
be watching. Elon stays well up to date
Thank you,
with everything
Megan.
that's
yes,
going
the
on
Ascent
in
teams
space.
are
And
here in
Artemis,
Mission Control Houston,
potentially
working
he
through
could
their steps to prepare
step
for a
in.
go for launch. Right up here on the front board, we're watching the teams in the White Room work through their checklist and closing the hatch as we verify ours, working as one NASA team. What Dr. Glaze said about working across the teams throughout the nation is true. It takes one NASA team to bring everything together and accomplish the mission objectives. The Artemis 2 is designed as the first crewed test flight of NASA's Artemis campaign, sending astronauts into lunar space to validate systems, operations, and human performance ahead of a more complex lunar landing missions. NASA has identified an extensive list list of mission and flight test objectives that serve as a checklist to verify the capabilities needed to land humans on the moon. For the Artemis 2 mission, there are 5 overarching priorities that cover the mission and flight test objectives. First is, of course, the crew. As the first crewed mission inside the Orion spacecraft, this mission serves to demonstrate the capability of safely sustain the flight crew throughout the mission, including launch, the deep space component, and return. Number 2 is systems. This mission brings it all together to validate the performance of all ground and flight systems needed for a long-term lunar campaign, from launch infrastructure to spacecraft
Liam, I do
operations
believe the
in
April
space.
Fools. NASA's all
Third is
smoke and
hardware
mirrors.
and
They
data.
may look so
We'll be
real.
gathering
but it's
performance
not.
data as
Do you not
much as
think this is
possible
real?
over the deep space network, but we also
What do you
need
think
to
happens?
retrieve
It goes up
onboard
into
data and hardware
goes up
after
into the sky and
splashdown
then
to
just
gather
that's it.
additional insight and improve
Do you think there's
future
people on
Artemis
board
missions.
these?
Fourth is emergency
Misha,
operations. The crew and flight control team will be testing emergency systems
because
such
your
as
crew
abort
should be on
procedures,
board that
rescue
now.
operations, and contingency
I'm
responses.
interested.
During the flight, astronauts will rehearse
Totally
a
real.
number
I
of
think
these
it's real.
procedures to ensure that in the event of a
But
real
I'm open.
emergency,
Like
the
I'm
planned
open for my
procedures
mind
and
to be changed.
operations are sound. And finally,
Nobody's
there's
on board.
subsystem
But do you think it's
validation.
going to space then?
Engineers will be
Even if no
verifying
one's on board, do you
subsystems
think it
across the
is going to
board
space?
ensure
Or do you just
reliability
think it goes
across
up
life
into the air and then
support,
just
propulsion,
blows up?
avionics, and navigation systems aboard the Orion spacecraft. Human spaceflight is a
Misha, I'd love to
complicated
bring you
endeavor
on
that
for
requires
a
precision and
podcast.
competence across
No,
all disciplines.
if that
You may hear
was
the
something you're
phrase
uncomfortable
human
with, that's totally
spaceflight
fine too.
is
But
the
I would love
greatest
to bring
team
you on for a
sport a
podcast.
few times in
And
today's
that's not in a
coverage, and it's
disrespectful way.
absolutely true.
I'm just
Not only does it
open
need mastery of
to people
specific
that
components, but the integration extends across thousands of people and facilities
believe in
around the world
conspiracies.
to
And
come
I
together
love
and make it all work.
like having
A lot
people
of the
try and
work
change
from
my
many
mind.
people has led to this
I won't be
moment, a rocket
disrespectful,
at
I
the
promise you.
pad with
Would love
humans
to.
on
Yeah,
board, ready
Namisha,
to
do you
put
know what?
everything
We'll
we
set
work
that up.
for to the
Myself, you,
test.
and Dylan.
I'm certainly
And
excited about
I
it. The
promise
team
you, we're
here
not going
in
to be
this room are looking
disrespectful.
forward to supporting the mission, and I hope
I
those
just
watching
love
are
doing
as
it.
excited as we are. We are following the countdown here in Mission Control Houston. Everything continues to look good. Now inside 2 hours from the beginning of the launch window. With that, I will send it back over to you, Megan and Nicole.
Hey, Gary, thank you so much. We are getting word that the launch team is working something that we would
Namisha,
like
do
to
I
give
follow
an
you on
update
X?
So let's get on over to Daryl.
If not,
Right, thank you,
post
Megan,
something,
and
post
we are
anything, and
live
tag
in
me in it.
Firing
We'll
Room
follow you
1
back, and then we'll get that
here
set
at
up.
the Launch Control Complex. Yes, we are
It's hard to hear me.
currently not working any constraints
Can you hear me now?
to the rocket or the ground systems.
Can you still hear this
But
as well?
the launch team has been made aware of an issue that the range is working. And
Thank
currently
you
they're
so much.
monitoring that work that is going on over
Yes, you
at the
do.
range.
Yes.
We understand
And can you
that
hear the
issue is
commentary
related to the
okay?
flight termination system. Now, the flight termination system, just to give you a quick explainer, every rocket has a flight termination system. It's the system that the Eastern Range here uses in order to
I don't believe we ever had a man on the moon yet, hoping they figured out the radiation issue to get people to the moon finally.
important safety
But loads of you guys don't believe there has been a man on the moon. Look,
the public safe
I
here.
feel like over in
We
Europe,
understand
we're
that the,
very, like, I
flight
don't know, we
termination
just believe
system,
anything.
they're working
So,
on an issue.
yeah.
So as they continue to
I'm
work
open to have my
that
mind
issue,
changed.
they've asked for
It goes up, then
some
horizontal, then
assistance from the
lands
launch team
out in the
to help
ocean.
verify some of the work that they're doing on their FTS system. And this is where it
I'm
gets,
excited about our podcast,
a
not gonna
pretty
lie.
unique situation here. The assistance they've asked for is to verify what's going
I'm
on
a
with
bigger
their
investor
system,
in
to
Rocket Lab,
check
but
it, to
I
see
actually
that the
hope
work
you
they're
don't
doing is
convince me.
okay.
But
And in order to
I'm
do
open.
that, the FTS console operator inside the firing room has been asked to help them verify it. And the way that they're going to do
That's
that,
well
and
done, guys.
the solution that he proposed to check and verify the system with the launch director, and she gave the approval, is to go get a piece of heritage equipment from inside the VAB that was used during the space shuttle program. And this equipment is able to receive commands by the range through the flight termination system. And so with this piece of equipment, this console
Loud
operator
and clear.
who
Big
works
shout out, my guy.
FTS, was granted permission to go and go over to the VAB next door and get this equipment that he's very much aware of and used during the space shuttle era.
Would you fly in a rocket?
So that is
44%
in work
of
right
you say
now.
yes.
The
That's
bottom
actually
line of all
way
this
higher
is
than I
at this
thought.
moment, the range is
56%
no-go.
say no.
But that is not stopping us from moving forward in the countdown. We can continue to.
If you're jumping in
process
now,
and work
smash that like
the
button.
countdown.
It really helps me out.
The
Helps me
closeout
push
crew
forward
will
as a
continue to
creator.
do their work, and the launch team will continue to do their work as well. But we'll keep
I'm
you
not being
updated
displayed
on what
figures
happens, in
for
regards
the
to,
live on
as far
X,
as
but I
my
can see
understanding
there is
goes, a pretty unique
65
situation
of
here,
you at the moment.
with trying to
Because I
bring
can go
resolution
across to X.
and kind of help out the situation that we're seeing.
So
on the range
how
right now.
does
Well,
it
that's the
get
latest here from the
astronauts to
fire
lie?
group. I'll send it back to Megan.
That's a
and
true
roll
one,
out
but at the
those
same time,
Thank
I
you,
don't know
Greg.
if
It's
you
very
paid me
unique,
enough money.
but I think it speaks to the ingenuity of this team.
Do you
right?
believe
To
we
say,
ever
hey,
walked
we have
the moon?
this
I do.
equipment at the VAB. Why don't we leverage
Let's not get
it to
twisted.
try
I
to
do
solve
believe we
the
landed
issue
on the
of
moon.
water?
I do
Yeah,
believe
what a
we have
great
been to the moon. I think it
example of
was
human
very hard
creativity,
done,
right? We
but I
know
do
this thing
believe it's
exists.
happened.
Let's go solve this
But
problem.
I am open to have
We
my
have
mind
time,
changed,
like
and we will
Daryl
bring
said,
the
we're going to
Misha on.
continue to march
We'll,
down the countdown. So we'll continue to get the rocket and
and
the crew
look,
ready, but we
Misha has a
still have that
different
2-hour window.
perspective
So in the
to us,
meantime,
and
let's
she's
try
done
to
research
figure out
on it.
what's
So we'll
happening
give her respect.
with the
We'll
range.
let her
And
bring her
Speaking
point
of the
across. It'll
range,
be
what
interesting.
is
Look,
your
it'd be
range
interesting for us
people
to
who might not
listen
watch
to.
rocket
And
launches with us often?
Sure, yeah. So anytime that
look,
you launch a
I
rocket,
think as long as we're
you have to
respectful,
clear the airspace, right, in the launch
I'm
corridor.
open
So
to
where the rocket's flight path
open
is
to hear
going
it.
to
Give me a
go,
few days.
you
Yeah,
have to make
100%.
sure that that whole
It's all good.
airspace is
And there's
clear.
going to be no pressure. I'm not going to put you
So that we
on the
actually
spot.
have assets.
I just want to know
The Space Force helps us out with this one, but we want to make sure that
your
there
side of the
aren't
story, really.
airplanes in the way, and there aren't other maritime assets in
So
the way,
you're
or
going
things
to
like
lie
that.
if
So
you're
there,
paid enough.
there's a whole
I don't
group
know.
of
Do you know
people. We
what?
talked
Yeah,
about
I
the
wouldn't
like
step
Gary
foot
said
on a
it great, right?
rocket.
It's
So
a
if you said to
it's a
me,
huge
you could
team
give me like,
sport,
I don't
so
know,
there's a
10
whole
mil
group here
to
on
say
the
I've been on the
ground that
rocket.
is monitoring that launch
I
corridor
don't
to
know.
make sure
I
it's
think I
clear and
would.
ready to go.
You telling me
And so if they're
you would
having
rather
issues
step
and
on
they
board
can't
that
launch this rocket, we don't want to launch blowing into
than
a corridor
be
and then
paid 10
cancel.
million
Yeah,
and
because as
say that
Daryl
you
said,
haven't
I
been,
mean, it
or you
is
have been on
very
board and
important
you've
for the
landed
flight
on the moon?
communication system
You're going to
being
get so much
activated
respect, aren't
in
you?
case of
And
an
you'll have
emergency.
10
So
million
yes,
in the
something that
account.
we will closely be monitoring.
Maybe it shows the person I am, but
throughout
I would, yeah, 10
the
mil, I would do
countdown,
it.
and hopefully again won't be an issue that they
Total
can
respect for innovation.
fix
Yeah,
this
100%.
issue by going to
I actually think
the
it'd be an
heritage yard there
interesting
that's in the vehicle assembly
take.
building.
Right, what a great idea.
Okay, so again, under 2 hours from the
Well,
opening
get
of
rid
our
of that.
2-hour
That's
launch
your
window,
crew
6:24
there, my
p.m.
guys.
Eastern time. The crew,
Already
as
on
you can
board.
see there, inside of Orion, relaxing, getting updates from the team, but also just getting
Relaxing.
in the right
I
headspace
wouldn't be
for
relaxing.
hopefully launch today. Let's learn a little
I'd
more
be
about
shitting
each of them
myself.
now.
The moon to me is the thing that connects me together with
He is
all
a
the
hustle
other humans
brother.
in my life. I remember being a little kid
Christian White,
lying
thank
in
you.
bed at night and just
Lol.
looking out at the moon.
Yo,
and
what
whatever
time is
phase
the
it was
launch?
in, and I
Are
was thinking,
you
man,
Eastern time?
my friends
If
that
you're
live like
Eastern
20 miles
time,
away, they
it
could
will
probably
be
look
at
out and see that same exact moon.
11:30.
And then when I was in the Navy,
So
and
I know
would look
launch
out at the
window
moon, and I'd
did
be halfway
open.
around the planet. I would think, man, my
Start of the
brother
launch
can see
window
that moon
was
where he
projected
is, and
for
he's halfway
half.
around the planet from where I am. To me, it's a connection of
Oh no,
life on Earth.
11:30.
All around
11:30
us,
my
and
time.
it's always
So it
changing. The
is
moon is never the same 2 days in a
6:30
row.
your
I
time.
love that. My name is Reid Wiseman. I'm the commander of NASA's Artemis 2 mission around the moon. I grew up in a little town just north of
Texas
Baltimore,
time,
Maryland,
Central
about
time.
20 miles
Yeah,
north
so
of
it'd be
the city.
6:30 your time, I believe.
There was a National
Is
Guard
it
base
6:30 or is
nearby
it
my
5:30?
house, and there were A-10 aircraft that would
An
fly
hour or
over every now
48
and then.
minutes.
I just
Put
would
it
look
that
up
way.
at them and be like, man, I want to be up there. I want to go do that. And then my brother went to Naval Academy, and I would go every year and watch the Blue Angels fly during commencement. And that just started to grow and grow and grow. For a while, I wanted to join the Air Force, and then I realized Navy flies as well, and they fly from ships in the middle of the ocean. And that was it, like done deal for me. That
Now,
is exactly
I do
what I
not know if this mic
Flying
that
is
I
freedom
brought
to
to
me,
the
especially
UK
when you're in
is
a
going to
jet
last the whole
aircraft
time.
coming off an aircraft
If it
carrier in the
doesn't,
middle of
I
the
may
Pacific
go
Ocean.
quiet for
The
about
nearest land is
20
over
minutes,
1,500 miles away. So when you
and
come off of that aircraft carrier, you are truly just alone with
I'll
yourself
charge
out
shut up.
It is a
No,
magical experience to be
we'll
out
see.
there all by yourself in an aircraft over the Pacific. Just it's free.
Elon Musk wants to build on the moon.
Anybody
That
who
makes
accomplishes
me
something they
think we
set their
finally
mind
have
to,
technology
there's
to
no
accomplish
one
getting through the
thing that
radiation.
does it for them. It's a combination
We
of
couldn't do it
everything. I mean, the way
when they
my parents
said
raised me,
they
the
went
way
half
my brother
a
and
century
I,
ago.
the way
So,
our
see,
relationship
Jernigan
developed over time, my
believes we
friends,
are going now,
being in the marching
but
band, going to college, setting
we
my own
haven't been
course, learning
before.
how to live on
I have an
my
interesting
own,
take
being
too.
mentored along the way,
But yeah,
being,
Elon is going.
on the
building.
path to success, but
He wants to build
given the
data
freedom
centers
to,
on the moon,
you know,
and
make
then
excursions and fail every now and then, regroup and
using
carry on. I think all those things come together in the end.
electromagnetic railroad push it up a ramp, and it takes it to escape velocity. So escape velocity is the speed required to escape the gravity of a moon. Now it's a lot less than
when you're up on the International Space Station
required on Earth, but still,
I never had that feeling of falling or
it's over 1,000 miles an hour. It's still pretty quick.
I just kind of love the feeling of floating and looking down at Earth. There have been challenges all throughout my life. By far, the biggest.
I love how they're
challenge was
launching
losing
an
my
April
wife
Fools.
in
Yeah.
2020 to cancer, and now raising 2
I love how
daughters.
Trump's doing his
grown up now.
announcement
That's
on
been
April
the
Fools.
biggest challenge by far I've ever had to face. It is not easy being an only parent, trying to work a full-time
50-50
job,
it now
and
is. Would
raising
you
2
fly in
kids
a
is
rocket?
something that I think about every
Okay,
single
here we
day.
go. I'm
Very
gonna do
proud of
one.
the work I've
Is the
done. I haven't
moon
always
landing
done it,
real?
but I've always shown up and tried as hard as I possibly can.
I do wonder what it's going to be like when we are really far from Earth and can see it. The sensation of being so far away from everything that you know. I had that sensation on the space station the first time I got to sit in the cupola for a really long time. So I can only imagine what that's going to be like from 200,000 plus miles away. My name is
Right,
Victor
guys,
Glover,
let me know.
and I'm
Did
the pilot
we
for
land
NASA's
on the
Artemis 2
moon?
mission around the moon.
Yeah.
When I was in 4th grade,
Do you
I was
think
10
we've
years old.
ever landed on the
And
moon?
that's when the
I've
Challenger
put up
accident happened.
the
And
poll
it
there.
helped me understand how the general public felt about the astronaut corps. Right? Like, these are the people that we want to be. And that just gave me an easy thing to strive toward. The biggest fear that I've had to overcome.
I'm going to be driving, but I'm still here. See, Jernigan, you know what? Safe travels, my guy.
Going to college when no
You
one
can
in
tell
my
he's been
family had
paid.
gone to college was a
I don't
huge
think so.
risk. I had more confidence in my athletic ability than in my academic abilities. I could play football with those college students that I saw on TV. But my classmates that I saw in the
75% don't think we've ever landed on the moon.
I didn't know if I had
What am I doing this stream
I
for?
think addressing that self-doubt was a part of, swinging for the fence and trying to go get an engineering degree, not just go to college, but get an engineering degree and then go do something challenging and technical like flying. Apollo is known for sending humans to the moon. Artemis has an opportunity to continue the Apollo story, but I actually think it's important for this story to stand on its own. Artemis is a new program, and we're trying to do new things. And it's great to compare and contrast. When you look at our spaceship, you can see parts that were designed.
These astronauts are actors.
In another country. When you look at our crew, you see that our crew is international.
The only thing I do find, and I don't know if it's just a US way,
makes the story
US acting compared to like
role specifically
how people are in reality in Europe is completely different.
And so the ability to fly one
But I don't know,
on a test mission is
even you guys, I don't know, you guys are a lot confident as public speakers as well. So I don't know if that it too.
But I don't use the word
Like, trust me, if this was a European astronaut, he ain't talking like that.
very risky, and we are all
Well, I
intimately
guess we'll
aware
see.
of that risk. And so if we go out
Astronauts.
there and we're successful, and
When
we
you
can pass
wake
that
up,
baton
you
on
can
to
never
Artemis
go
3,
back.
That's something to really be excited about.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you're going to say.
Which is one that my dad told me before the Apollo missions when he was just a very little boy. He was looking up at the moon with his mom, and his mom said to him, "Don't worry, Ronnie, we'll never get there." Fast forward maybe 70 years later, it's his daughter that's actually going there. And I think that long arc is something that we can all learn from. The idea that the seemingly impossible becomes possible if you just believe in it and are willing to work hard and come together to achieve it. My name is Christina Cook, and I'm a mission specialist for NASA's Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Neil Armstrong has a stare on Hollywood Boulevard.
When I look back and my dreams as a
So,
kid,
Steve,
I
do you not
definitely
believe in
never
it
thought
too?
I would actually
Oh my
get here. I was very pragmatic.
Is she
Even though I'm
lying?
a dreamer, I knew that the odds were way against me again. So I might as
This
well
is
do something
wild.
I'm loving in the meantime.
I'm telling you, if I done this poll in Europe, yeah, so did we land on the moon? 67% says no, 33% says yes. And this is no disrespect to the US. This might be we're a
oftentimes
lot more
between
gullible here in
high
Europe.
tree branches, or
But
I love the ocean.
if I done this poll in
North
Europe,
Carolina also has mountains, and when we
I
go
can
there, I just love the
guarantee
vastness of all of those
95%
things.
would
Loved
say
how they
yes,
make
we
you
have
feel
lands
when
on
they
the moon.
made
You'll
you think
always get
about
a
and
few
the
people
vastness
say
of the
no.
universe and how
But
much
look,
out there was
67%.
to learn.
You guys are pretty sure we didn't.
Exploring, I'm drawn to challenges that involve both mental and physical, and I'd much rather be
He's a
solving
star because he's an
problems,
actor.
wearing a whole lot of equipment, and in
I
a
think they
harsh
go to the moon.
environment, and that's just something I've carried with
It's
me.
an interesting one. I didn't think we were going to get down this, but I'm enjoying it because I'm all about, like, anyone that has a conspiracy theory, I'm always willing to hear it.
Just been that
I
has
think
been
we
the
have
journey.
to
I always
have an
say
open
to
mind with
people,
everything.
do what scares you, and that means I have to follow my own advice. So doing what scares
I
me
can see
meant
56 view live
getting on
on
a plane
X.
and
Big
going to
shout out.
Antarctica, getting on a
Do
plane and
share
going
us
to study
out,
abroad
guys.
in
If you're
Ghana,
there on X,
applying to become an
repost it.
astronaut,
It helps
opening the
us more
EVA
than you can
hatch
imagine.
in the airlock and going out of it into the darkness.
Doesn't matter
strapping
how
myself
big or
onto a
small you are.
rocket. And so for me, I think that no matter what the challenge, recognizing that if people believe in you and you believe they believe in you, the challenges seem always a little bit easier. To me, the moon, it represents history. It is a witness plate. Everything that's ever
Whoever's smashing the reactions, we're already at 1,375. So you're doing a fantastic job, whoever you are. And I can still see you're doing it there. Love it. You're really helping us out.
Something that's in each of our hearts, but that's also represents
You're telling YouTube it's not a waste of time. Christian has just reposted.
Of seeing an image
Who else we got there reposted?
on
Bruce
the
has
moon.
reposted.
It's burnt in my brain because I went back to
And
it so many
David
times
has
in my childhood,
reposted.
and I would look at
Big
that
shout out,
image,
guys.
and I know it had a
I
huge
appreciate
impact
everything
on
you
me.
do.
Humans had walked on the moon. My name is Colonel Jeremy Hansen. I'm an astronaut with the Canadian Space
Watch
Agency.
live with me,
and I'm a
Christian
mission
says.
specialist on NASA's Artemis 2 mission around
Christian, do you have this open on both X and YouTube? Big shout out.
in Ontario. I
Big
spent
supporter.
as much time as I could with my dad on the farm.
Right, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the Hustle Brothers. We will be doing a members giveaway in this, completely free. All you have to do is smash the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the Hustle
I had a
Brothers.
vivid imagination, and I changed my treehouse into a spaceship. I made all these dials and controls. I had
You know
circuit
what?
breakers for switches that I found in the barn.
I hope
and I
any
was
of you guys that
exploring
are
space in my
active at the moment, you
imagination.
get it.
The most important thing I did to get to where I wanted to go in life, which was
Christian.
flying fighter jets and eventually
Big
becoming an
respect.
astronaut, is I shared those desires with other people. And it turns out, just like you don't go to the moon on your own, if you could, I would have done it a long time ago in my treehouse as a kid. You have to go as a team. I think the biggest impediment to achieving my goals was, of course, myself. And I think that's a common human experience. There are many times where just little things would get in my way, and my immediate interpretation of that was, well, now that goal's out the window.
67 of you on X. Big
And
respect.
somewhere in the back of my head, that persistence came through. And I think that's a common human experience, to doubt ourselves. I've come to this, I guess, realization that I believe that we all have gifts to contribute, and the goal is to figure out how to use your energy towards adding positively to humanity's existence on this planet. But I love it when humanity sets big goals, like sending humans to the surface of
Right,
the moon.
guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm about to have a puff of vape, and that is something I cannot do on YouTube. So I'm going to remove my screen for
but around the world. I've also learned from my Indigenous mentors that they refer to the moon as Grandmother Moon. So you've probably heard of Mother Earth. They use Grandmother Moon because Grandmother Moon is responsible for the water in their community, just like the moon
There we go.
moves the water around the planet, affects the tides.
It's descripted.
And I think that's a really beautiful thing for us.
I don't
as we
believe
go
so.
back to the moon, to think
Sounds
about
like it.
all the different
I don't
cultures
believe
around
so.
the world and how they
I don't believe so, but I am open to have my mind
and that's
changed.
really neat because we all share that same moon.
Anyone that doesn't believe in the moon landing, you're welcome to come on and let me know why you don't believe in it. And I'm not going to give you much pushback. I just want to know your story.
1 hour, 38 minutes and counting until the opening of the Artemis 2 launch window today, 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are looking at the rocket and Orion out on the pad, historic launch pad 39B here at Kennedy Space Center. What a great view. Nicole.
Yes, it is. You know, we
57% of you
front of
don't
us, but
believe
they're
in the
to the
moon
west.
landing.
And you can see that there's some blue sky peeking through behind that rocket, which is good news.
And more people
Christian,
continue
look up
to come on
NASA's
center
film studio.
here. About a couple of hours ago, folks with special passes to come on center were allowed to
I need to
start
get
driving
Francisco
on
in
with
here.
family and friends. And of course, we have media growing by the moment here at the press site here at
Did he
Kennedy
write
Space
this?
Center, setting up their cameras, setting up tents, interviewing folks. Again, this great jib shot that we have from our camera here showing all the
74 of you live on
site. And
X. Big
actually,
shout
even
out.
to the
Liam, thank you for having an open mind. Yeah, honestly.
the right of your
Look,
screen,
I am not.
left of us, plenty of other people there set up with their
It
own
doesn't benefit
tents,
me either way.
broadcasting to their own viewers.
Whether we
And so
landed
again,
on the
just
moon or
really
we
cool
didn't
to
land on the
see
moon. So yeah,
everybody
I'm
wanting to
always
share at
open.
this
I'm
moment.
open.
I mean,
Even
how
with,
many media tents we
the
can see
stocks.
from here.
I'm open to always having
It's
my
a
mind
beautiful
changed.
thing.
If someone
I
has
think it's important to
a
share this
better
message with the
opinion, they
whole
can
world.
share it
So let's take a
respectfully.
look
Yeah,
now
100%.
at
I'll
people who are
always listen.
watching in
I
other
am shocked,
parts
Christian
of the
says.
country. We have this shot here from the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh man, look
Just
at that.
kidding. Museum of Flight, Seattle, Washington. So sorry. Hello to you over there. Sorry, I thought that you were in Alabama, but here you are from Seattle, Washington. Again, the Museum of Flight. They must have had a special event to bring people there to watch, as well as a special event here. Now, correctly, the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, Huntsville, Alabama. Of course, they would have a lot of people here, and I'm sure this crowd will grow when we get closer to launch. Marshall, the home of the SLS rocket.
Yes. Yeah, this is a great chat. You can see all the people there, and obviously you've got quite a few artifacts in there as well. Oh,
Now
see
they
us.
know. Yeah, now they know. They're on the broadcast. That's too funny.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, it's all right. We can sit. We can sit and chill until we wait for the opening of the window. No, there they are.
Yeah. Everybody's excited.
Thank you guys
Love
for
it.
showing us your excitement. I know deep down
The
it wasn't
amount of you
there.
that
It's
have
just that you felt like
clicked
sitting at the moment, and that's all right.
notifications on this video is absolutely immense. We're going to get a big load of us in here once we get close to the launch.
To us live here. Actually, our video paths are taking quite a circuitous route to be able to
There's nearly
bring those
100
live views in
live with
from
us now.
Seattle as well as Alabama. But we're glad that we can be able to share it with you in the broadcast now. And so why are we going to the moon? Why does NASA want to build a moon base there? Here's Megan Carter again with our moon board.
All right. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, so we are right around that hour-and-a-half mark.
Misha says, yes, Christian. It's scripted.
So they are going to have a few days to be
Christian's favorite drink is red wine. What type of red wine, my guy?
What will be happening? Why are we going to the moon? So obviously this is not going to be a
Amisha,
landing,
hot
as we
chocolate.
discussed.
Do you not drink Poland,
They are
Amisha?
going to be coming with
Big
4,000
respect.
to 6,000 feet around the moon's surface, and this is going to
I'm
connect
telling
us
you,
directly
mine's
to our
Moretti.
past.
If
Those
any
Apollo
of you get the
missions
chance to
did
drink
have 6
Moretti,
lunar landings,
Moretti lager,
and the
yeah,
Artemis
Moretti is
campaign
quite
is
nice. Do
looking
you
to
know what?
build on that past
I like
by going
Baileys.
back to
I
the
do
moon,
like Baileys.
staying longer, and then
And I
going
like
farther. So how are we going to do that, and why? We have obviously
Grey
talked
Goose.
a little bit
Grey
about
Goose,
that
quite nice.
lunar South Pole, and we are focused
I'm a man for
specifically on the
strawberry
far side
daiquiri
of
as
the moon
well.
for this one for a specific
Strawberry daiquiri is
reason.
quite nice.
You might have guessed we're going to be looking for
And
some
cab.
resources, especially, and that's going to be water.
Namisha says
water
very
ice.
rarely.
That is going to be giving us
You know
some
what? That's
really
respect.
critical pieces for
I probably
future
should drink
missions.
less.
And as you can see here, we
I'm
have
going to be real.
identified
If
9
I have a
potential
big stream,
landing zones. So this is going
like
to
an
be a
eVTOL
critical
weekly
objective for
or
our crew.
if I
Depending
have an
on when they
interview,
launch, it will determine what is going to be
I'll
visible. But we do have these 9 landing zones.
I'll
Right
give
here
it
around the
everything for the
Shackleton
interview, and
crater.
then when
And
me
as
and
you can
Dylan
see
do
here, a
have
lot of
a
that area
downtime,
is deep
I'm not gonna
dark,
lie, I do
and that
crack
is where
open
we
the
are going
beer
to
and
look
have a
at
chat
that
with them.
water ice, because that
So
is
yeah,
obviously going to give
Jack
us not
Daniels,
just water to drink, but as we know, that can
Jack
actually be
Daniels and
converted
Coke,
into
maybe.
our propellant
I don't know if
potentially,
I'm
that
wild on
hydrogen and
Jack Daniels,
oxygen.
but I do
So that is
know,
going to
like
make
my
the moon a
brother's
critical
obsessed
place
with
for
Jack
that moon base,
Daniels.
because we want to think of it
Man can
essentially
easily drink a
as
bottle of
a
it.
backpacking trip. If you have your tent and your hiking boots and your
I'll
camping
give it a
stove and
go.
all your gear, you don't want to take that out and
Good
be on the trip
vodka.
for the first
I
day
used
and
to love
then
vodka
try everything out.
until I went to
You're
uni.
going to test things out a little bit
Yeah.
closer to home before before you go
Cut
out
the
on
stomach
that
of me, no,
adventure.
not gonna lie.
And that kind of goes
I
for
can't
us
drink
as
whiskey.
well. So
I'm not really
fuel is
wild
going to be
about tequila,
critical
but
for us in the
I'm
future
actually warm
steps
into
towards our
tequila.
lunar landings, and then also for going farther on to Mars in the future. It's going to set us up for that deep space exploration, and we can't wait to see what they see once they get to that flyby. But for now, we are, like I said, getting closer. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Megan.
Exciting stuff. Again, the idea of accomplishing a moon base, like as we've been saying, sometimes things just seem like science fiction, and it's amazing that we're making it science fact.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
now we
we're
have
going
over
back.
100 of us
We're going to
live.
scout it
Big
out, and
thank
then
you,
on the
my
future
guys, been
Artemis
X
missions, we're going
and
to put boots
YouTube.
back on the moon for the first time in over half a century. But we're going to stay, and we're going to learn from the moon, and we're going to, you know, as Megan talked about, the water ice, and harness that resource, and, you know, not only learn from the moon about Earth and about the solar system, but also figure out how we get to Mars from the moon.
And so what we're seeing now back inside the White Room with the closeout team, they are removing basically fixtures that protected the crew module hatch while they did work around it, right, Nicole?
Yep. Yeah, so anytime that you're moving around and working, there are some sensitive sensors and parts of the crew module that we don't want to kick or bump into, and so it's easier to just put a guard up while you're working in there and then take it down later.
And so this is a visual cue for us that the team is getting ready to close the last hatch, again, the launch abort system hatch. Can you tell us about what the last is?
Yeah, so launch abort system, this is, you know, we have the crew module, and then what sits out on basically on top of the crew module is the launch abort system, and it has its own motors, so that will arm it about 5 minutes prior to launch, and then it stays with the crew module until about the Kármán line, so that 100-kilometer point in space. Once the crew could safely get to orbit, it will actually be jettisoned, and the crew module will then be exposed. So this is just a safety mechanism that stays on the outside of the crew module, and then as they monitor the attitude and the thrust and all sorts of the roll, all sorts of different data points to make sure the crew is safely getting to orbit. And once they are safely to orbit, then we will get rid of that launch abort system.
And it looks like they're putting all these parts that they're removing from around the crew module hatch into a bag because they have to take this out with them once they leave the pad, right?
Yes, yeah, we don't want anything left up there in the White Room, and especially because that crew access arm will move away from the capsule and the rocket, and so we want an empty White Room, no FOD like we talked about.
Still there, guys, don't worry.
So that we can have a safe launch.
I'm just vaping because you can't do that on YouTube.
On the right side of your screen, that had been inside the crew module, providing breathable air to the crew. And now again, with the crew module closed and them getting ready to close the second hatch that has been removed and is out of the way. So again, the closeout crew can continue to do their work.
Yeah, that's just a duct to provide some cooling air and some
Right,
breathing
it's
air.
nearly 100 of you over on X. Smash the like button, please. Just come out of the stream, smash the like button, come back in. Really helps me out. I'm pushing towards 2,000 followers on X. I love
Why
it.
don't we take a look at the
I'm
crew's
not
mission
even that
patch?
active on
Now,
X.
crews have designed their official mission patches since the Gemini 5 launch in 1965. Reid, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, they really wanted to play on
Say
the
I'm not
abbreviation
active. I
of
probably
Artemis
post
2
like
to
10 posts a
all,
day. But yeah,
signifying
compared
not
to some.
only the second major flight of the Artemis program, but also a mission to explore for all, by all. The crew chose the iconic Earthrise
Over
photo
6,000
for a reason. It
posts
was
in a
taken
year.
by the
Yeah, maybe
Apollo
I am
crew
active
in
on X.
1968, the first crew to ever fly around the moon. The mission was to
Watching you in the window while live streaming my show today. Do you know what? What I'll do, I'll open your stream too, my guy.
This time, as we've been saying throughout the broadcast, to
James,
stay
big
on
shout
the moon
out.
and pave the way to Mars.
Fellow
Yeah, we
Yorkshire
talk
man.
about incremental steps, right? And so
I'm
Artemis
currently
2
in
is very
Yorkshire.
similar to Apollo
Please
8,
smash the like button.
in
Yeah, guys,
terms of that
please smash that
increment.
like button if
They're
you're in
going
there.
to fly around the moon and set up the rest of the Artemis program for landing.
Not your
on
usual
the moon,
sock show, but
but
yeah.
also
Here are
with
the
a nod
guys
towards the
inside
fact that we do this for all
SLS.
humanity.
Ready
And
to
I
go
love the
around the moon.
thoughtfulness and how much they, you know, how much importance they put on their patch design.
Another camera angle of inside the Orion spacecraft.
was going to say we might be able to see Rise, but I think it's right behind Reid's foot there.
No, it's in
And
cruise.
so to orient people
Boring.
again, so basically we have
Namisha says, hello, James, my friend. James, do you know what, yeah?
Christina in your upper left.
If this is successful, me and you go on the bed tonight, yeah?
Jeremy below her. And then the feet you're seeing, those are Reid's feet. And then next to him, the upper right-hand corner, that is Victor, who's unfortunately hidden by Reid's feet. But again, that is the orientation of the crew inside Orion right now.
Good evening, Namisha.
Now,
James
earlier
having a
this
cup
week,
of tea
the
at the
crew got
moment.
to stick their patch on a wall just outside the suit-up room. You can play that video there now. You can see that crews have been doing this as part of a pre-flight tradition again. Wow, Reid just making sure that thing won't come off. And so now Victor is signing there, followed by Christina, and then Jeremy. That's a fun tradition, and your patch is up there too.
It is. Yeah, ours is on the left-hand side there. Yeah, it's a fun tradition. This is a really fun day too. You know, they did this a couple days ago, but it's just another step that makes it a little bit more real.
Breaking news, Trump will be addressing the nation at 9 p.m. It said that it'll make a very important announcement that might have impact on the whole world. Of course it will, because he'll pull out
Again, we talked
while
a
the
little bit
Strait
about
of Hormuz
this before,
is still closed.
Basically,
Like he said earlier. And yeah, they'll
Jeremy's
if they want to get their oil, they can go get it.
a way for him to just check out the data, see some of the data that also Reid and Victor are getting to see. But
I'll have to bring a battery to catch all of this.
Right, yeah, it's basically a tablet on his leg, and it's actually plugged into a cord nearby that allows him to have a screen repeater so he can see what they're looking at.
And it looks like he's taking notes. Can you talk a little bit about what that is? It's part of all of them have like a little procedural book, right?
Right, yeah, so they have what we call a knee board, and they'll have blank pages to take notes on.
Anyone that's just joined the stream, do let me know what is your favorite drink to chill out. What is your favorite drink?
Each crew member wants for
Mine has to be
This
Moretti.
mission, of course, built by people
I
and
promise you,
companies
Moretti
in
hasn't
all
paid me
50
to say that.
states, as we've been saying throughout the broadcast, and with our international partners as well. Let's take
It's
a look at
almost
some of the
4
people
p.m.
playing such a big role in today's test flight.
What we're doing here is a collaborative effort of hundreds of thousands of people.
This is about the parts, the hardware.
Do you know where I'd love to go is the McGregor Space Center where they test the Raptor engines. I'd love to see them fire up.
My dream for this space program is that we would not just push the boundaries, but that we push them together.
And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
Does anyone follow NASA spaceflight?
And Artemis.
I'm a little bit weird. I do chill out watching them, not gonna lie. Totally unnecessary war. Very disappointed. I do believe you're gonna pull out. I do believe you will pull
That's
out.
what this mission's all about.
But look, it's not looking good because the whole market believes you're gonna pull out. So
Our money to the moon and lighting it on fire. We're putting
Trips
that
on the
money
ground
right
could
back into
happen.
the economy in ways that benefit everybody. So every dollar that comes out of the treasury that goes to support this mission goes back into the treasury 3 times. What is very important to me is that we do it the right way and that we do it with our values, that our industries grow, that our communities grow, that our families are healthy and safe and have amazing things to work on. Then we're going to build machines to go even further.
anyone on X, you don't follow us, please do smash that follow button on X. We're trying to push through to 2,000 followers. I see there's nearly 100 of you just on X alone
The
at the moment.
hands that have touched a part of this program and the hearts that have moved everyone to this goal, because we're going to the moon and we're going beyond.
One team.
One team.
One team.
One dream.
What I really like about that package is, again, just reminding people that this is spurring so many jobs across the country.
Yeah, across the country and across the world, right? The whole world has a part of this. The Artemis Accords are signed by over 40, 50
I'm still
different
there, guys.
countries.
Don't
And
worry
so,
about it.
yeah, we're taking all of the taxpayers' money and we're putting it right back into the jobs here in the U.S.
And the money too, when we have more disposable income because we have good paying jobs, that's money that goes back into our economy as disposable
I'd say
income.
she has a good paying job. Not gonna
Really,
lie.
it is just an ecosystem that NASA is proud to be a part of.
Right. And not only is it about the money and the economy, right, but it's also about the science and what we're going to learn and exploration. We, on top of all of those things, we benefit the economy as well.
Obviously, Nicole is a wealth of knowledge. We're very lucky to have her. We're going to be tapping into that knowledge throughout the broadcast, and we have been for now close to 4 hours. So thank you, Nicole. I hope you're holding up okay.
Yeah, I'm loving it out here. It's been great.
Let's learn a little bit more about Nicole. Her first mission to space was actually last March. She launched from here at Kennedy Space Center as pilot of NASA's SpaceX Crew 10 mission to the International Space Station. And what a beautiful launch that was. She spent 148 days in space conducting science experiments that could benefit
Right, guys,
us
just put
on
up a
Earth.
poll there.
For
Will
example,
we
one
launch
studied the
tonight?
physics
Yes
of
or no?
liquids, which could help
It's
research
80% go
researchers
for
to
launch.
deliver medicines more effectively. She also
We
conducted an
cannot
almost
have
6-hour
a
spacewalk to help upgrade the orbiting lab's power
vehicle
system.
problem.
Nicole is a
If we
lieutenant
do,
colonel in the U.S. Air Force and
will
flew one
SpaceX
of its
step
most
in
advanced aircraft.
to
She was born in
continue
San
the
Diego,
Artemis?
California, and is a twin. That's a cute photo of the two of you. Oh, that one too.
Young explorers, yeah.
Yes, yes. That's so great to just see how far you've
How
come.
do you
Again,
feel
I think
about
that speaks to
SLS,
what we've
guys?
been saying, like,
The
just
Space
if you're
Launch
passionate
System.
about something, go for it and see where that takes you.
Yeah, I think
Are
that's a
any
great
of you
example.
guys
I was
around
a
for
serious kid with
SAM
really high
5?
goals and just kept working hard and never
Let
got
me know.
bumped up the path and ended up here. And I think it's a testament to the human, like we talked about. If you're willing to work hard, be a good team player, you can really get anywhere you want in life.
Sometimes I
That's
do
what I love
wish
to
I
talk
was
about.
around
Christina has mentioned similar
some
things.
Apollo
and so,
missions.
it's been kind of a theme for the day.
It does the
Yeah,
job.
definitely a theme
Dave
for the
says.
day, a theme for the team. The team has said the same. The crew has said the same sort of things. So absolutely, Nicole, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully only a little bit more until launch today.
Hopefully.
So today's Artemis 2 test flight will mark only the 7th time NASA astronauts will launch on a new NASA spacecraft designed for crew. And then controlling the flight will be Mission Control in Houston. Our Gary Jordan is inside with flight controllers. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Megan, you are right. This is a significant milestone, and we may be putting the names of a few more astronauts in the history books today. The Artemis 2 crew is set to launch today. Will join a select list of humans to fly in a spacecraft for the very first time.
Check something, right?
And Artemis 2, like missions before it, is a test mission. During Ascent, the crew and the teams here in the room are prepared for a variety of scenarios. Some of these will be called out directly by Capcom's Stan Love during Ascent, and some are a little more subtle. These calls can be split into 2 categories: alternate main engine cutoff or MECO targets and aborts. First, there are 2 alternate MECO targets or AMTs. These note milestones to give flight control teams and astronauts an idea of what would happen after that moment should the core stage lose one of the main engines. First is AMT low. You won't hear it called out by the crew or Capcom since this happens right at liftoff. If the core stage loses one engine at this moment, an abort once around option could be made at main engine cutoff, meaning the crew could target a splashdown in the Pacific. The second is AMT high, which will be called out by Capcom's Stan Love around 22 seconds. After this moment, if the core stage loses an engine,
I will answer that in a minute, my guy.
an alternate mission in low Earth orbit to accomplish some of the test objectives. And at about 5 minutes, 16 seconds into the flight, you'll hear the call 3-engine press. This is a good moment. After this point, if the core stage loses an engine, we can still make a nominal main engine cutoff and pursue a moon mission as expected. Again, these MECO targets give the flight control teams and crew an idea of what lies ahead should one main engine be lost, but assumes we are otherwise continuing to a main engine cutoff target. This differs from an abort, where the Orion capsule separates from the Space Launch System prior to the planned separation time. There are abort options at every moment that integrity is attached to the Space Launch System, from the pad to more than 3 hours into the mission. During the first 8 or so minutes of powered flight, there are 3 abort options. First is the use of the launch abort system, which you see at the very top of the rocket and here in the White Room where the hatch is open and teams are working to close it. This particular abort capability can be used from here at the pad through roughly 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the flight. Next is an untargeted abort splashdown, or UAS. This uses Orion's service module engines to escape the SLS and becomes available immediately after the launch abort system jettisons. Third is an abort once around, or AOA. You'll hear Capcom's Stan Love call AOA open around 7 minutes 30 seconds into the flight. This
Isn't it
also
mad?
uses
Apollo
the
had
service
none
module
of this.
engines, but the burn profile is a bit different to aim for a splashdown in the Pacific after one trip around the Earth. NASA's expedited recovery teams are staged off the coast of San Diego to get to the crew and integrity quickly for this abort option. An AOA option continues to be available until solar arrays are deployed on the Orion service module a little more than 30 minutes into the mission. At this point, an abort to orbit, or ATO option, becomes available until separation from the upper stage around 3 hours and 23 minutes. Mission profiles can vary depending on when an ATO is executed in that window, but with power being drawn from solar arrays, it buys more time for astronauts and flight control teams to make decisions and stay in Earth orbit, return for a splashdown, or continue to the moon. The Artemis 2 crew and flight control teams are well trained on all of these scenarios, and the calls you hear to the crew on Orion to Earth may help them be in a ready state for whatever challenge may come their way. At this time, we're not tracking any significant issues here in mission control in Houston, Texas. That would be showstoppers for today's launch. We're continuing to, of course, monitor the countdown along the way
MS1,
and make sure all systems are go for when we reach T0. With that, I'll send it back to you, Megan, at the Kennedy Space Center.
All right, we are ready for another reading if you are ready over there.
Yes, sir. CBA is steady at 26.
I will get back to you in a minute, my guys.
All right, copy that. And you know, the more times we ask you to do that, the closer we get to launch. So that's a good thing.
So when Saturn V was around and when he lands on the moon, Dave P was a wee lad but watched it on black and white TV where Rabbit is. Saturn V was a beast. Have any of you actually been to Kennedy Space Center and seen Saturn V?
Amazing news.
I'm telling you, when I go to the US, I want to go to Kennedy Space Center.
But now I want to get back over to Daryl with the launch team. He has an update.
Well, it's main
now on
objective of the mission.
system
So they
that
want to
the
get
team is
Orion
tracking.
on the right
Thank you very much,
trajectory
Megan. That
around
update
to do a flyby of the moon. They want to test the radiation on the far side of the moon, so it'll be the furthest humans have ever been. We are hoping. I don't know why the laptop keeps doing that. India landing craft on the moon in 2023 looked like a simulation. Objective is to distract from the war. Yembai says this is a simulation. Look, I was very surprised, Yembai. 57% of the audience here believe that the moon landing did not occur, but we will be bringing on Namisha, who doesn't believe it occurred, and she's going to put her side of the story across. So I can't wait for that. Also, Yembai, you became a member earlier on. I want to start doing more things for members. So, number one, I need to know what stock you want me to buy into, because the whole thing is going into the portfolio. And number two, yeah, we're going to start doing member-only live streams, maybe once a week or so, where I can connect with you guys. Another member here is Steve. Archer has achieved more in 7 years than NASA has in 57 years.
Again, the range is go. That is no longer.
You guys don't believe in the moon landing. I can't believe it.
So you combine that
I love
with
it.
the fact that the rocket and the ground systems here.
Right, let me say this in a professional way. I know I'm drinking beer, but let me say this in a professional way. How do you say it in the US? Let me go to the restroom, and I'll be back in
the countdown. We got a weather update that came in to the launch director from Launch Weather Officer Mark Berger. He reported out that there's still a little bit of feisty weather activity that's happening up in the Titusville area. That's the city neighboring the Kennedy Space Center. Those showers had passed over Kennedy, and then now they're currently over in Titusville, currently still within that mile kind of constraint of flight through precipitation rule. But we're still far enough from the window that it looks like it won't be an issue. And in fact, we're seeing some good sunlight now breaking through onto the launch pad. As you can see, it's actually shining on the other side of the rocket here. But to the west, we're starting to see some of that clearing that was forecast. And so the launch weather officer held his forecast for 80% go for flight during our launch window tonight, which, as a reminder, is 6:24 p.m. Eastern Time until 8:24 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're also hearing that the last hatch closure, as you can see in the bottom corner of your screen, they're starting to work on that. That's the launch abort system hatch. There are two hatches, the crew hatch and the launch abort system hatch, and the closeout crew that you see right there, right on time with their work as they go to shut. And you can see it in motion right now, that launch abort system hatch. That's the latest from the firing room. We'll send it back to the host desk.
Thank you so much, Daryl. Great news all around. And yes, we did just see them close the last hatch. And now we are looking at a live view of Banana Creek. Lots of people there, I'm sure, relieved to hear that that issue with the flight termination system has been resolved. And we are go for launch. Go for launch from the range, go for weather, and go from all of them, I would imagine.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. The crowd is building. And as Daryl said, you can start to see the sun poking out here, and we can see all the clouds are moving north and moving away from us. So it's all good news.
And so, as we know, we have our Leah Martin down there at the Banana Creek viewing location, and she's standing by with some other guests.
Hey, Megan, I don't know if you heard that huge cheer just now. If you heard a big rumble, as soon as Daryl said that the range was clear for launch, everybody clapped. It was super excited as we get to do some final countdowns. Standing next to me, I have Hudson and Maddox, the son of brothers here. And I asked you a little bit earlier, how excited are you to be here for launch? What did you say?
I'm very excited. It's our mom's birthday, and
not a better way to celebrate right now. I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? Would you say?
11. Yeah, 11. I'm very excited. Super excited. Yeah.
So, Megan, we've been watching the launch broadcast here and hearing some of the questions that you and Nicole have been asking and answering. And I actually wanted to ask these two kids, if you could take a 10-day trip around the moon and take 3 people with you, who'd you take with you?
Well, I'd take my dad and my mom. And I mean, I don't know. Probably my best friend. I'd just say one of my friends,
Oh, one of your friends. So brother got left out. Who would you take?
It's upsetting, more of you are here than when I left.
That's a pretty good answer. Your brother can
Maybe I should leave more often.
Right? So I'm actually joined here also by Dad. Now, you were sharing with me that
James says, has anyone here watched the urban exploration of the Soviet era?
To get ready for launch, to
Why
be
is that
mindful
Burren
to be in this
space
moment.
shuttle video on
Standing
YouTube?
here
It's very
knowing
good.
that the people you've worked
I
so
haven't,
closely
but
with
I
are
will check
doing
that out.
what they're passionate about, or doing what
That's
they
what they're
were
doing with
born
our
to
tax
do
dollars.
moments
While
away from
we
launching
get
the
into our
rocket.
step, we have higher
This is
priorities.
an exceptionally happy moment for us and all of us and the people that are, about to take off on this historic trip here. And
There's over 100 of you on X. Do smash that follow. We'll keep streaming anything in the space sector, and also, smash that like button. It really helps us out.
Fantastic. Well, Megan, we are standing by, ready to go, and we're ready to cheer this team on.
Thanks so much, guys. And yes, Leo, we did hear that cheer. That was very exciting. I think the vibe over there is they're celebrating, they're having fun. And here, once they heard that we're go for launch, everybody had to run back to the camera and work. It's a little bit of a different
Right,
vibe, but I
guys.
definitely think that people are excited, especially as
It's
we
no
see
fun,
now
guys.
live inside of the White Room at the launch pad. The closeout crew has closed the launch abort system hatch. You saw there, we took it live. Took a lot of them. I think all of them, except for one. I think it took all 3 or 4 of them to push that hatch door close. And then they
I
felt
promised I don't normally drink beer on the stream.
perimeter of the door to make sure
Only
that
when we're
everything was sitting
relaxing.
just right.
Right, yeah, we
Archer
talked
would
about
be
how heavy the
nice.
crew module
Yep,
hatch is.
100%. We'll
Just as
fire it
heavy
all
probably,
into Archer, my
and
guy.
so, you know, they're working the closure here.
Couldn't have been done at a
Working those
better time as well,
connections,
because I do think
you
we're
can see,
going to
yeah,
get a
there's still
reversal
3,
in the
4,
market.
5 people that we can see in the White Room. It takes a lot of people to get this these hatches closed and this rocket ready to launch.
And so the next step in the countdown is that this team will start closing out the White Room. So basically disconnecting things, stowing things, making sure that when they leave, there is nothing that isn't supposed to be there. And really, then at that point, it's just all 4 of the crew member, Victor, Reid, Christina, and Jeremy by themselves at the top of the launch pad.
Yeah, and then eventually that crew access arm will move away, and then it'll really just be them up on top of that rocket.
Yeah, your eyes lit up when I said that. That's exciting. It is. It is.
Yeah, we had a moment, we talked a little bit about my fear of heights, but most of our crew is afraid of heights. And so there was a moment where
Most of the crew's
realized
afraid of
it was
heights.
just us, you know, 100 and some odd feet up and
no
crew access arm, and may or may not have said something that made everybody go, huh.
Were you wondering to yourself, what? How did I get here?
We're pretty far up.
Wait, they aren't landing. No, they ain't landing on the moon, my guy. And they're just going around the moon. It's going to be the furthest humans have ever been away from the Earth. What has happened there?
Live closeout crew.
There we go.
Starts leaving the White Room.
No, they won't be landing.
You see them.
This Artemis 2, Artemis 1 was unmanned, Artemis 2 is manned. Artemis 3 was meant to land on the moon, however, Artemis 3 will be looking pretty similar to Artemis 2 right now.
Those hoses from FOD, so we don't want anything, any dirt or
Yeah,
anything to get into those.
we
when
get successful mission here.
So you can see
We are a step closer to put in American boots.
while they're cleaning up the White Room.
Some of you will say back on the moon, some of you will say on the moon, some will say no. But I do believe that we have been to the moon before.
You have to
But I didn't expect everything earlier.
They did have tools out. They did have
Abandoned Soviet space shuttle burn program.
Yes, and you
How bullish were you when the Soviets went to Venus?
suit there.
Do let me know.
That's, again, just to make sure that we don't lose anything. If, you know, gust of wind or you get knocked or something, you don't want to lose.
Soviets
a single
focused
thing
on
of the White
Venus,
Room.
the
So
US
everything
focused
is
on
tethered,
Mars.
everything is accounted for, and everything is protected.
the crew now. Another live view of them inside Orion. Jeremy, Christina, and Reid and Victor on the right side of your screen. What do you think they're thinking right now, Nicole?
Oh man, just over an hour to launch.
What are you thinking? I think I'm
probably a little
shitting
bit of a
myself.
lull right now. Monitoring some systems, but you can see Reid's got his feet crossed. So I think just trying to relax and, you know, pass the time by.
If you haven't, smash that like button, and also bottom right corner and reactions. You know how much I love them.
You know, the
Smiley face, party face, anything. Just keep smashing that. Let's see if it can be the first stream we've ever done to get to 10,000 reactions. So smash it as many times you can.
Burns that they have to monitor. They've got to get the system set up, and they've got to get the cabin set up. So there's a lot going on in the next 24 hours for this crew. I think they've got a couple sections where they get to take a nap, but I don't think they get a full night's rest for quite some time. So
yeah,
you know, going through what's next.
I can see the hearts. I can see the smiley faces. See the confused faces. Yeah, guys.
To live in a spacecraft for 10 days.
Yimboy says, "How do I follow on X?" So I'm a little bit of an idiot. I couldn't put my whole handle on, but this is my handle on X. If you go across to X and type in at the Hustle Bros YT, I'll put it in the chat here for you. Just go across and smash that follow button. I do put my trades up on there when I do make them in my own private portfolio. I don't normally share my private portfolio, but when I do a trade, like I spent $200 on Horizon Aircraft earlier on, and I did do a trade there across on X. So yeah, it can be controversial too sometimes.
Once they've launched and achieved orbit, they'll continue on checking out many of the different critical Orion systems, check out some of the critical medical systems, and be sure that we understand how the crew would do that successfully within the volume.
Guys, I'm going to have to take my missus out for dinner at the weekend because I've been streaming an awful lot lately, and I just went down there. And do you know what? Bless her. She has no problem with me streaming ever, and I think it must be an absolute nightmare to have someone like me around, because I either give 0% or give 100%. When I give 100% something, that's it. So, no, big respect to her. I do need to take her out for dinner or something at the weekend. Yeah, imagine being with someone, they're just obsessed about a moon launch. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Like, she knows I've been going on about this for a while now, and she's okay with it. I can't believe it, but yeah. Have I found the one? Have I found the dream one? Better ask Dylan. Do you know what? Dylan's wife, she's a banger too. She's
And so I want to talk a little bit more about.
I've spoken to Dylan's wife, and Dylan's wife is another gem. She lets Dylan push forward with the Hustle Brothers too. So big respect to her. I'm not going to say her name on this because it's not my place to say, but no, big respect to Dylan's wife as well. Tell her thanks for us. I will. Thank you so much, Christian. Big respect.
Beverages. There's coffee.
Do you know what's funny? She knows some of your guys' names. Any of you that are like commenting left, right, and center. Now and again, she pops into the stream. Now and again, she does comment on the stream as well. But yeah, she pops into the stream. She does know your guys' names. So yeah. Sister-in-law, correction. You see, there was one guy that thought me and Dylan were brothers. I need to put that out there now. Me and Dylan aren't officially brothers. I wish he was my brother, but no. I have two other brothers by blood. And look, me and them get on great, but they wouldn't be
while you were at the ISS.
Yes,
stream this with me. So
that we have
yeah,
available to us on the
Dylan's my brother from another mother, and
space station. And so actually the
what the
graphic
Goat
there shows
Games
quite a
say.
bit of the standard menu
He's
that
our
they're
mother.
gonna take with them. So
Yeah, no, I wish Goat Games were my brother as well. I think I've seen her. Yeah, you probably have in some of the streams.
we have been using, our food lab at
she has
Johnson
called
Space
in
Center
some
actually
streams.
creates that food, and then they
Big respect
stabilize
to
it
her.
and they package it for us and everything.
Bros
So
from another mother,
they
yeah.
do a really wonderful job out there. We've got different types of food.
Oh, she has
I've got a
she sports everything I do.
tomato basil soup, so thermal stabilized. It's already
Do you
hydrated,
believe
so
the
there's
Blue
our
Origin
food warmer
all-female
that we talked
commercial
about
flight
earlier,
was
that you
real?
can eat it. But then we also have some shrimp cocktail here that's irradiated, so it's in a package.
Did they go up to space? They did pass the Kármán line.
Brownie too. That's probably my favorite one. But
are we eating?
If you compare how far up that is compared to where we're going now.
They want
Yeah, no, I do believe.
it worked out.
Yeah,
I do believe it was
so
real.
it's in an outer package to help protect it against.
I know
radiation.
I have seen some of the
And then it's
conspiracies
inner
why it
package,
hasn't
and
been
so
real.
this
Then
cosmic brownie, actually, the trick, and McLean, my
Christian
crewmate, told
doesn't
me the
believe
trick
it
is
was
you gotta
real.
put this in the food warmer,
No,
get it
I
nice
do
and
think it
warm,
was real.
and then you can get it. But so what we do is we
Imagine
just take
if it
scissors
wasn't real.
and you
Oh
open it
my
up,
god.
and
That
then
would
it comes
destroy
out.
Blue
So,
Origin as
these
the
brownies are nice
business.
because they don't have a ton of crumbs.
Let me
so
check
you
actually.
can
What do you
actually
think happened?
just eat
Like,
it
do you know the money that
easily in
goes to
space,
like
if you imagine.
SpaceX,
That
to
would not happen in space.
Blue Origin, Rocket Lab? Where do you think that goes?
Yeah, so
Like,
we've got all sorts of things that you can.
that's
actually
with
include in
respect.
these.
That's
Pretty
not
good
me
and pretty
being
diverse on the space
dissy.
station, and then as you saw, pretty diverse for Orion.
Nice. Yeah, that's amazing. And again, here's a look at the crowd that's starting to continue to grow here as we get closer and closer to launch. We are now under an hour from the opening of our 2-hour launch window at 6:24 p.m. Eastern
in their
time.
pockets.
And so
In my
let's
pockets
take
too,
some
because
questions from social
I've
media. We
made
haven't
some
taken
money
some
on
of those
a
for a while.
Rocket
You
Lab.
put that brownie away, Nicole, or I'm going to steal it.
It was real.
Nicole, we have another celebrity who
It's a
submitted
fun
a
one.
question. Let's take a look.
Okay.
A quick question for
Chris
the
just says to
Artemis
fund the
crew.
war.
What food from Earth would you bring with you into space? And why would it be lasagna? Because that's the greatest food.
I went off lasagna
Again,
for a while,
not
not gonna
really a
lie, but
question
Yeah.
no,
because he was like, it's
It's got to
lasagna.
be lasagna. You know, there is lasagna on
my
Space
missus
Station, and it
makes a
wasn't too bad.
banging lasagna. I can't even lie.
Probably not my favorite food of all, but yeah, lasagna's not a bad option. It's a high calorie meal if you're trying to, you know, carb load for a spacewalk.
No,
or
do you
something.
know
It's a
what we
great-
had the
it's a great
last day?
option.
That
Yeah,
was
I remember
really nice.
Christina saying that her favorite food on the menu, and
Doritos,
actually,
yeah. So chili
she was saying
heat wave
that she was
Doritos,
getting in trouble because people kept on saying, you can't
spice
eat
bag
mac and cheese
mix,
every day, Christina.
throw a bit of
You know,
chicken
we
in it,
mentioned the mac and cheese and brisket
cheese,
earlier. Man, I would put those two
throw it
on
all
a
in the air
tortilla.
fryer,
That would be great.
That sounds
bit of
delicious.
curry sauce
Delicious.
on top.
Well, thank you so much, everyone,
Mate,
for sending in those questions.
well, I make the Hustler Brothers
Everyone
food channel
from
because
the
that was
5-year-old that we got a
peng.
question from to all the way to Roy Woods Jr. there, a comedian. So thank you so much. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Space Coast of Florida, where we are counting down to liftoff of Artemis 2. You see a beautiful aerial shot there of our rocket on
Mean
the
pie.
pad. For the first time in more than 50 years, we are sending humans to fly around the moon and back, and we're taking you all of you with us on this next chapter of human spaceflight. I'm NASA's Megan Cruz, and this is NASA astronaut Nicole Ayers. Great to have you here, Nicole.
Yes, this has been a beautiful day. Excited. We're continuing to march towards this launch.
Yeah, and if all goes as planned, this crew could travel farther from Earth than any other humans before them and see parts of the moon no one has ever laid eyes on. How exciting!
Yes. Exciting is an understatement, I think.
That's
you know,
true.
we're going to see the far side of the moon for the first time by humans in a long time. It's important.
And as the crowd again builds behind us, more activity that you're seeing here at the Kennedy Space Center press site. We also have a ton of people gathering around the world to watch this history-making moment. So let's take a look at those watch parties now.
Oh.
That crowd has grown. We checked with them probably like 30 minutes ago, and it was half that. But again, as we get closer and closer to launch, we are seeing more and more people gather together, wanting to experience this together and not just in a vacuum at home, you know?
Yes, this is so exciting. Look at all of those people. Man.
And now here we are back in Seattle.
I think they'll
the museum
see
of flight. Again, people
clangers.
gathered there to
What are
show
clangers?
their kid. We see
I'm not
someone
quite sure.
walking
What
in
are
a salon
clangers?
row there. His
You let us
first
know.
crewed launch to the moon. How exciting.
That is exciting.
Hello, everyone.
Woo.
Oh, that's so great. And now let's get you up to speed on what's happened so far. Again, we are now within an hour of the opening of our launch window. So what has been happening so far today? Well, a lot. After waking up and grabbing a bite to eat, our Artemis 2 crew suited up inside the historic crew quarters, a tradition that dates back decades. Teams helped them into their custom Orion crew survival suits, and just like other crews before them,
It was
they
a
gathered
British
around the table
children's
for a
show
card
with
game
the
to
characters
pass
that
the
lived
time,
on the
but to
moon.
also burn off any
I should
lingering
probably
bad
know that,
luck
but I don't know.
before they walked in the footsteps of
James, I
every NASA
wonder what
astronaut
is on the dark side of the moon.
Kennedy Space
Cheese, my
Center
guy.
since
Cheese
Apollo
on the
7
dark
in
side of the moon.
1968. They walked
What do you
outside
think
the
of Wallace and
Armstrong
Gromit?
Operations
I
checkout
love it.
building to greet a
I
crowd
know
of family, friends,
my
supporters before
mother
getting
can't
into their
stand Wallace and
astrovan
Gromit,
for
but
their
yeah, I love
security
it.
escorted
I grew
glide
up in
out to
England, but lived
historic
in the USA.
launch
What part of
complex
England did
39B.
you grow
They
up
got a
in,
close-up
Amisha?
look at the SLS rocket, then walked across the crew access
I'm
arm and
I
climbed one
was
by
born
one
in the
inside the
UK,
Orion
moved across
spacecraft.
to Ireland,
After that, teams conducted
and
final
I'm
checks on the
currently,
crew before
as we
closing
speak,
the
where I'm sitting
hatches.
now
The
is in
crew
the
module
UK.
hatch, as well as what you're seeing there, the launch
yeah.
abort system hatch. And now we are back live at the pad where the
James
closeout
knows the
crew
clangers.
is getting ready to leave the White Room. They are now tethered, Nicole,
North
because they
Finchley,
are about
London.
to
Okay, do you
move
know
some pieces
Queensbury?
that
Do you
connect
know Queensbury,
the
London? Or do
Orion
you know
spacecraft
Wembley?
to the White Room.
Of course you know
Yes,
Wembley,
there's
but
kind
yeah.
of what I would call a shroud. You can see them working that
Really?
there.
Oh
So
man, how do you not know the
it is
clangers?
actually
Classic
connected so that way the
BBC
gap
show of my
between the crew
childhood.
access arm and
Rolly,
the
how old
module
are you,
and
my
well, I guess
guy?
that's
Do
the
let me know.
LAS there, is
More
covered.
cheese, Gromit.
But
Yeah,
they're about to remove
okay.
that so that the
Yeah,
crew
Wallace and
access arm
Gromit.
is not
Yeah,
connected to the rocket
absolutely
in any
loved it.
way.
so that it can
Yeah,
retract
no, I don't know the clangers.
here in the next few minutes.
Guys, do let me know. Have you seen the clangers? Also,
Also,
let me know, would you fly on the SLS? Earlier on,
Thank you very
everyone
much,
said,
Megan. And
the majority
can
of you
see
said you
there,
would fly on
finishing touches, as we've been talking
a
about,
rocket. Now we're
to the
looking at
last,
what?
which is bringing me
67%
to
says
that
no.
subject because,
No, 50% no. You're all
arguing
voting.
the
Also,
launch
smash
team
that like
is,
button. If you're just in
working
here,
an
smash
issue
that like button.
that was reported out with the last, at least,
This thing ain't launched yet. Nah, my guy. 53. T minus
apparently with the
53 minutes.
battery on
That's
the last.
it was meant to
The
launch
engineer
what?
who is in
Round
charge
about
of the
now.
launch abort system, sits
The
on the
launch
console
window
here,
is what?
reported
Is it
that
4 hours long?
a
But no,
temperature for
they're
one
anticipating
of the
53
two
minutes.
last batteries
Rolly
is
48.
out of
Rolly,
range.
we need to go for a beer at
And
some stage, my
although
guy.
it's not a constraint for launch right now,
I'm not going to say
but
where
it
you
will
are because I
be
know you did
when
change
that temperature
your
is checked inside of T-6 minutes, which is the
handle
inside
there, but
terminal count.
I will be
So
traveling
right
through
now, the
soon.
team is
And
working some
if you're down
troubleshooting
for
on
a
this
beer,
issue.
I'd be open to
Going
meeting
to
you, my
follow, of
guy.
course, along closely
Who remembers
with
Button
what
Moon?
you're
Nah, I
learning.
don't.
Again,
Namisha
the
don't
battery
remember
temp
Button Moon.
for one of the two batteries on the last is
I'm
out
too
of,
young for you guys.
spec, and
I'm
the
28.
team is working to understand, first of all,
yeah.
whether or not this may be
I
a
don't know.
sensor issue, or is there an issue with the battery itself. So again, looking into it, troubleshooting and researching as we speak. With regards to the weather, we did get some good news there. Launch Weather Officer Mark Berger reporting
Be
to the
back
launch
soon,
director
Button Moon.
that the weather chances have now improved for the window. We are
Guys,
up
well
to
over 100 of you
90%
there on
go,
X. Do
which is
hit the like button on
good.
stream. I know it
Again,
takes a bit of
90%
effort, but
go.
come out
That
of
is
the
up from
stream.
the 80%
Hit the
that we
like button.
started
Hit the
when
repost
we
button.
had
Helps me
the
more than you
first weather
realize. And also
forecast
smash
come out
the
officially 3
follow
days
button.
ago. And so that
There's
is
no
very
way
good
all
for
of you are
anybody
following
who's
me.
here in
There's
the
no
launch
way.
area knows that is certainly viewable.
Button Moon was
You
really
can see
good.
that by just looking
The
up.
spaceship was a
So
big
we're getting some
beam
good clearing
tin
as
made
forecast.
into a rocket.
And then just a
I feel
reminder
like I'm
for those
missing
people
something
who
now.
are watching the launch from the nearby area that if you're watching on an
James, how old are you,
internet
my guy?
device, just remember that there may be a little bit of a delay.
James, am I
affecting
right?
how
You
much of a
said you're
delay,
from
but
Yorkshire
since
as
it's
well.
on an internet
Yeah, we need
device,
to meet up, my guy.
you know, sometimes this broadcast might be a little behind what you're actually seeing. So just keep that in mind as you are watching. Don't wait to the last second to run outside if you're inside your RV or your camper or your house. That's the latest here from the firing room. Of course, we'll keep track of that last battery issue. We'll send it back now to Megan.
I'm
and Nicole, the
47.
hostess.
Yourself and Rolly, same sort of age. Guys, two of us need to meet up. When I'm going back across Ireland,
tethered
I'll
to the inside of
pick
the
you
white,
up, James. We'll
the
go
white room,
across.
because obviously now we have
Yeah, I'm sure Rolly can meet
the
us
white room
close
from
enough
the
to the
Orion
port.
spacecraft.
And yeah, we'll all have a big get together, my guy. Christian, 52.
Yep.
Do you know what? It is wild. I can see my analytics on YouTube, and most of you guys do fit in that sort of range.
But yes, so obviously again things
Guys, feel free to let your ages go in the stream here. I'm actually quite interested. Anyone on X at the moment, there's a problem with StreamYard. I can't see any of your comments. I can see them coming in, but it just don't show them up, so I can't put them up on screen. Jump across to the YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna do a members giveaway
Follow the battery issue on the last
closer to the launch.
Sometimes it's just a sensor issue.
And any of you guys in there know, I want to make sure that any of you get it.
And so if we can take a shot of the crew inside the capsule if one's available.
Just make sure you have bang that like button and bang that subscribe button too.
More about each of them. So we have Artemis 2 Commander.
Also, guys, do let me know, are ads overwhelming at the moment? Because I know some of you guys have been complaining about the amount of ads. I've tried my best to reach out to YouTube and see if they can reduce the ads, but yeah.
November 2014. During the
I don't
165-day
see
mission,
anyone
Reid and
else's
his
comments on
teammates
X. Yeah,
completed more than
I don't know what the
300
problem
science
is. I can see them come
in
in,
areas like human
and it
physiology,
just
medicine,
like,
physical
I don't know,
science,
it
earth
goes like
science,
all
as well
these
as
boxes
astrophysics.
with
They
an
actually
X
set
on
a
it.
milestone for
Have you ever
solution
seen that? It's
science
like
by completing
a
a record
rectangle with an
82
X
research
in it
hours
going
in a
across
single
the
week.
screen.
He also served
I
as
can't
chief
read
of
it.
NASA's astronaut office from December
Kenny says
2020
Hollow
to
Moon,
December
ancient alien
2022.
base inside
His two
NASA run
daughters
into
were out
structures
to
and aliens
wave goodbye
in
to him as
spacecraft.
he made his way to the
Watching them.
launch pad. And again, there's Reid's feet.
Do you guys believe in aliens? That's another
Reid is
one.
the one sitting in the seat to
I haven't
the
seen
right
that, Christian
closest
says.
to our camera
Also,
there. So
that
looks like he's relaxed by
on
the
my
body
YouTube at
language
the
of his
moment,
feet.
one of them
you know, I
says
think they're
there's
kind of in
9
a
people.
holding
Another
pattern,
one
if you
says
will,
there's
or waiting
1.
period. So
I
it
can tell
makes
there's
sense that
more
he's a
because
little
when
bit
I go into
relaxed.
my
He's also
analytics,
kind of
it
just a
says
relaxed
there's
person in general.
43.
He's quick and
So
smart, but
yeah,
has a
YouTube
demeanor that keeps everybody calm. So I
analytics
think we're
is off at the
seeing that
moment.
here today.
It does
And so in
say
this
that
shot, Reid is the one sitting
that
on the
there is a
left,
problem
and
with the
to his right,
analytics.
Artemis 2 pilot
At the
Victor
moment, I'm
Glover.
live stream, so
NASA selected
I
the
don't know.
California native as an astronaut in 2013.
Don't
and
be
at the
afraid to
time,
ping
he was
me
actually
on
serving
X
as a
if we
legislative
can.
fellow in the United States Senate.
Um,
His first trip to space, November 2020.
Liam, you're going to say you
Pilot
don't know
NASA's
who the
SpaceX Crew
Wombles
1
from
mission.
Wimbledon.
That was the
Come
first
on. No, I don't.
operational
I honestly
mission of
don't, my
NASA's
guy.
commercial
And that's
flight
not me even
program,
taking the mic.
which resumed
And
launching
James believes in
American
aliens.
rockets from
I
American
actually do.
soil to the International Space Station
I
since
secretly
the end
do,
of the
my
shuttle
guy.
program.
I believe in aliens.
Victor is a U.S. Navy captain and naval aviator.
No,
who
I
served
don't know
as
the
a test
Wombles.
pilot,
Let me look
racking up
them
more
up.
than 3,500 flight hours and more than 40 different aircraft. So again, he probably feels pretty at home in the pilot seat of Artemis 2.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, mate, do you know what?
Say,
Yeah, I've seen them before.
to his
That's my
wife
mother and
four
father's
kids.
age.
Again,
That's
those
my
were
mother and father's age, my guy. The
family that he
Wombles.
had here at Kennedy Space
Nah,
Center before
I'm
the four
28.
of them drove out to the pad.
28, my guy. I'm only
You
young.
can see there,
I'm
we
a
talked
baby.
about Victor's energy earlier, and you can see him working through, you know, pushing some buttons.
A lot
on
of
the
you
displays.
guys
Looks like
follow
it was
me
one
there
of
on
the
X.
procedures,
Big
so
shout
he's
out.
following
I
along
appreciate it. Thank you
and,
so
ready
much.
to go, looks like.
And then mission specialist Christina Cook, sitting on the
Who
upper
remembers the
left-hand
raccoons?
corner of the screen there,
Let me have a look.
native of Grand Rapids, Michigan, was selected to the astronaut corps in 2013, same class as Victor, served as flight engineer on the International Space Station from
Nah, I've
March
never seen that in my
2019 to
life.
February 2020. During that time, she set a record for the longest single spaceflight by a woman with a total of 3
Release date 1985.
days in space.
I was born in
She
98.
also participated in
So
the
no.
first ever all-female spacewalk. And before
Cash
becoming an
believes.
astronaut, Christina helped to build space science
Speaking about cash
instruments
believes, let me
and
have a
led
look at America
scientific
at the moment.
fieldwork in some of the most remote environments on the planet. Her hobbies include surfing, rock climbing,
And
community
CDR and TD.
service,
My missus is wild about rock climbing.
Go ahead, NTD.
As you can see
Couple of,
myself,
suppressed
fantastic
overload
rock
messages.
climber
We're gonna
here.
go ahead
I'm
and
built
close this
like a
on our
rock
screen.
climber, aren't I?
We see them and we copy.
Nah.
All right.
My missus is built like a
test
whippet.
director.
Still working
I'm
here,
built like a
trying to
walrus.
get through everything. So we're getting close and then trying to talk that other issue that we just picked up a little bit ago. But
Okay, Lunar's gone down.
work-wise, we're doing really well.
Rock Lab's up.
Sounds good, NTD. We're doing great on board.
Glad to hear it.
NASA test director giving an update to the crew. Some messages flashed on their displays. Just wanted to say that they didn't have to worry about that. We're going to clear that. And that also just reassuring the crew again.
Guys, you just
they
jumped in,
are
smash that
tracking
like
and
button. Helps me out more than you
the
realize.
issue with the launch of
Also,
the
that lag, that's not me. That's that genuinely is their
All
camera.
right.
There you go.
And then first-time flyer, Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen will fly to the moon as a mission specialist on the Artemis 2 mission. The London, Ontario native, selected as an astronaut in 2009. After that, he worked as Capcom at NASA's Mission Control Center in Houston. Capcom stands for Capsule Communicator and is the sole direct voice communicating with astronauts while in space. Jeremy also participated in training exercises, really cool ones like living on the ocean floor off the coast of Florida to simulate deep space
Plants on me. I'm
exploration
20 minutes from north of the tunnel.
In 2017, he was the
May.
first Canadian to
We are
lead
definitely
NASA
meeting up. I don't
astronaut class.
care.
He also enjoys getting out on a
I'll be
sailboat,
coming
rock
through that
climbing,
tunnel. I
and
know
mountain
exactly what you
biking.
mean. I'll be coming
He
through
has
that
a
tunnel
wife and 3 children.
about a week's time or so.
And he's the one that you see bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Rolly, are you on X? Let's connect.
I know. I'm trying to see what he's doing there.
If not, I don't know how we can connect.
Christina's looking too.
If not, send me. I know this sounds so sad, but send me an email.
Inside the Orion
You'll
spacecraft.
find it on the Hudson Brothers.
And this is
Yeah, we
actually
do. We
the
need to
seventh
connect.
time
That guy.
NASA astronauts
I wouldn't
will
mind meeting
launch
up
on a
with you.
new NASA spacecraft designed for crew.
You've been a big
If you're
supporter
wondering
of
about
us.
the first 6 crewed test flights, here they are.
Would you fly an SLS? 64% says yes. 36% says no. I'm in the 36%.
Gemini 3, Gus Grissom, John Young, March 23, 1965. Apollo 7, Wally Schirra, Don Isley, Walt Cunningham, October 11th, 1968.
Have you ever seen like the Saturn III?
Transportation System, or STS-1, John Young,
Isn't
Robert
too
Crittenden,
solid.
April 12th, 1981. Then NASA's SpaceX Demo 2, Doug Hurley, Bob Behnken, May 30th, 2020, followed by NASA's Boeing crew flight tests.
Oh, I remember that Boeing one. That was a complete disaster, wasn't it? I remember watching that. I actually think I streamed that.
And now,
Let me be honest with you guys.
with Reid,
I think
Victor,
Christian may
Christina,
remember
and
it.
Jeremy.
Remember when
It
we
is
went to
really
stream the
surprising, honestly, to hear that through all these decades, through all these launches we've had, this is
what's
only
its
our
name?
7th new vehicle that we're testing for crew.
Yeah, you know, we have so many
Starship
different
launch.
missions that we think about
And
talk
we
about,
we
but
had to
really
stream like
7
3 days in a row. It
that
kept
we've tested
cancelling,
and that we're flying.
and we'd be there for
You
like
know,
an
I
hour
like
and a
to think of
half
space
waiting,
flight really
and
as
then it'd be a hold.
a permanent test. Right?
Yeah,
We have,
I managed to
you
go
know,
through that, and then I
hundreds
brought
of missions
Francisco on.
or
I was
so.
like, mate,
You know,
you
an
must be
airplane
the
that gets
blessing
tested and then
because
flown has thousands of data points. And
yeah,
so
I done it
really
2
space
days
flight
in a
is
row,
always going to
and
be in
they
testing.
held, and then they
And I think
aborted.
it's important to remember that, especially as
They
we
scrubbed the
put
mission
humans on
completely,
rockets that
and
we
then
never
yeah,
have before.
one
Or
yeah,
for the 7th
Christian
time to
remembers it.
start
Yeah, that was a
a
bummer.
new vehicle.
It was a nightmare, and then I'd have to go through the whole mission again.
Just getting
And the
word now
difference is
that
with
white
like
room
a SpaceX
closeouts
mission,
are complete.
with the
So the
NASA
closeout
SLS,
crew
I can let them
is
do the talking.
preparing to leave the
With
pad.
that, I was like quite heavy
exciting
into the
stuff. We
space
are
sector, so I was like proper
making
explaining everything
good time,
around the
and the closeout
Starship
crew is doing
launch.
really well.
And yeah, cancelled
41
twice. I had to go
minutes,
through it
43
like
seconds
3
and
times in a
counting
row. And in the end, I was like,
until the opening
Francisco,
of
you
our
have
window.
to come on because like
Artemis 2
I
is
can't
a
keep
10-day
going through with
mission
this.
that will send the 4-person crew
Will space
on a
starts
journey
go up
around the
after
moon
launch?
and
Yeah,
back to
if
Earth.
there's a
It
successful
will be
launch,
a
they will,
critical step
because
towards
this is
future
not just
lunar
one
and
catalyst.
Mars
If you think
missions.
about it, the mission lasts a week, and if there's a successful mission when it comes to NASA, then contracts will start being pushed through
We need to go explore the moon. There's vast
the
regions of unexplored areas with the
push through
closest
the
known
administration to
places
start
in our
going through
solar
the
system.
commercial. Liam seems a
This
bit
is a
buzzed,
test
yeah.
mission, and when we
Honestly,
get
yeah.
off the planet, we might come right back home. We
Yeah,
might
I'm like
spend 3 or 4 days around Earth. We might
the
go
light
to the
went
moon.
now.
That's where we want to
What,
go.
3
It is a
beers
test
deep or
mission,
so?
and we are ready
Liam, I
for
done my
this
first tour of
as
the States
we ride this
as a
amazing
sound
space launch
engineer
system
the
in the
year
Orion
you were
spacecraft.
born.
But another reason we're going back to the
That's
moon is
insane,
to
isn't it?
fulfill
I've never
NASA's
been to the
mission,
US.
which is to explore the unknown in air and space, to innovate
Yeah, I need to get to the US. I know Dylan has invited me over. I know Brandon, Harvard CEO, has invited me over to Canada many times too.
to happen, but it also is a
To do
reminder in tough times that we're
an interview at the facility. So maybe.
The thing I love about the moon is that it's not just a beacon for exploration and this platform.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping around neutron launch
That's actually why
to
we're
get there,
racing
but
towards it. Those benefits are really wide in nature. You have everything
I
from
don't know.
innovation, technology development, not only for
When do you
future
guys want me in the US? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to do like an eVTOL tour? Do you want me to do a space sector tour?
inspiration, a whole
You
generation
let
of
me know.
people starting this pipeline of STEM workers and
It'd be worth it
manufacturers
if
and
you got to
operators
fly
that are
in
excited
a
to
hover.
see what you can do when you work hard and you come together as a team.
If I could fly in a Cavra X7, yeah, I'd be on the first flight over. It was like who said it earlier? Go across and do the interview in person. It's a bit like, yeah, it cost me like $1.50 to get across. And if you guys don't watch, then that was a waste of like $3,000. Go across, come back. But yeah,
extraordinary when you look back upon
no, we will get there eventually.
billion people. And you
I know when we
see
had
this
Mark on
concrete
the channel,
example of
we
what
were going to
humanity
fly
can
up
do,
there.
this extraordinary
But
thing
when we set big
things
goals
happen, don't they?
to achieve them.
And so Mission Control Houston will control the flight of Orion after a liftoff here
Hey,
at
the more
Kennedy
you
Space
coming
Center.
in, do smash
Here's
that
Gary
like
Jordan.
button as
He's
you get
embedded
through.
with that team. Gary, you might have to pause because we did just hear a call out
Just
from
a
the
pond hop.
commander in Orion.
Wish it was. Do you know what's meant to be a really lovely country? My brother was over there for what, 2 months.
That was
Iceland.
Commander Reid Wiseman responding
It's expensive,
to prepare
but
for some of the next
nah,
steps.
he
We
reckons
are
it's a
now
really nice country.
holding at the
But they do
T-minus
a
10-minute
fly.
mark,
Is it Icelandic
expected
Air
a
from
30-minute hold.
Cork
So we are
to
well on the countdown.
New York, I
We are
believe.
well on the timeline
It's going to
to
be cheap
meet
enough.
this L- time and launch towards the beginning of the window, but continuing to track progress along the way. Again, I'm here with the Artemis 2 flight control teams in Mission Control Houston. The team in the room behind me has been monitoring the countdown and verifying their own mission-specific launch criteria of the Space Launch System, the Orion spacecraft
If
integrity,
you get
and
an
its crew.
interview with one of the
During the
eVTOL
final pull
CEOs,
before
let
launch,
us
if all
know.
looks good,
We can suggest
from each
questions.
of the flight
Yeah, look,
controllers in
we'll
this
get
room, Flight
Brandon.
Director Judd Freeling
Brandon
reporting
again.
Go for launch from Houston flight. Upon liftoff, teams here take control of the mission and communicate with the crew while they
I'm going to
fly
say
on the
3
Space
weeks.
Launch System. This phase of flight is highly
Adam,
dynamic, and
we're going to wait until after the transition. We will get Adam on. Joe Ben, let me work on Joe Ben. But yeah, Brandon, we're going to go for 3 weeks.
an important role of looking after critical systems.
Adam, we're going to go after transition
NASA astronauts stand
of
love in this room to the Artemis
midnight.
2 crew as
And
milestones
then
are reached
Joe Ben,
during the
I
more
haven't
than
got a
8
date.
minutes of powered
Let
flight
me
on the
work
core
on that.
stage.
Carl Clark,
Liftoff and
I haven't
sensors
actually reached
beginning.
out to Carl
This
Clark.
room will be staffed around
And
the
then
clock over the next 10 days to oversee every moment of the
Vertical
mission through
Airspace,
splashdown.
Mr. Fitzpatrick
Here from
himself.
the
Yeah,
Johnson
let me
Space
work
Center,
on that
we'll
too.
be streaming the mission
Good
live
idea.
24/7,
Good question for
so
Brandon
anyone can
is what
follow the
charging
crew's
networks
journey,
are you going
take
to
peeks
use,
inside the
Joby
spacecraft,
or
and share
Beater
the experience of a
or
lunar
some
flyby
other? I don't think
astronauts
they
looking
need to use
down
charging
at
network,
Moon's
my guy.
surface. Teams here have been
They're a
pushing
hybrid.
tirelessly in simulations to
They're
throw every
battery charges
conceivable
while they're
and
flying.
inconceivable scenario their way.
They don't need one.
We are ready and eager to begin the Artemis 2 mission. Still milestones to come as we continue the countdown, but we'll be right back with you during the Ascent phase of today's flight. With that, Megan, I will send it back over to you at the Space Coast.
Right, T-minus 36
Gary,
minutes until
37
launch.
minutes until the opening of our 2-hour launch window, 6:24 p.m. Eastern. I've never been
Guys, let me know.
more
You having a
excited
beer
for a
with me,
time.
or am I just getting slacked on my own?
But why don't we send it back over to Megan
Would you
Carter
fly an
for the
SLS?
moon board,
62% say
more about what
yes.
happens after
38% say no. I'm in the 38%. I would
Absolutely. I
not
am definitely
say
also getting
fear.
excited. Things feel like they're starting to pick up a little pace here. A lot is about to happen within the first 10 minutes of launch, but what happens after those first 10 minutes? Let me take you over here to my mission map
They
so we
bet
can
not
kind of
scrub it,
jump
yeah.
ahead and let me
I'm on
explain
the
a few
same
things.
boat.
So
Mate, I've been here since
our main
close and
engine
been
cutoff
off
is going to stand for
fear.
MECO, and that is
Why I
essentially
wouldn't do
where
this
the
for 2 or
rocket's
3 days.
job is done, and it is then going to turn the propulsion duties over to our ICPS. That stands for Interim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage. Don't try and say that too many times fast, but the ICPS is going to be right here, and that's our in-space propulsion. About 50 minutes into, after about 50 minutes into launch, it is going to conduct that first burn, and that's going to be the perigee raise maneuver. Essentially, what that is going to do is going to raise the spacecraft from a lowest point of Earth just a little bit higher into space, and then they are going to conduct that nice path that's going to set them on that nice circular path around the Earth. That's when they're going to start to be able to really check out the spacecraft. The Orion spacecraft is going to be able to, like we've talked about, be maneuvered by the crew. They're going to check out those life support systems, and communication.
You know what? Let me get something to eat before this all starts kicking off. 35 minutes to go. I'll be back. I'll leave this
a
room.
little bit higher again, and then they will it'll be about time for the ICPS to separate, and they will start another lap around the Earth as well. Now the ICPS, but even after it separates, its job will not be done because they will have the opportunity to conduct something called the proximity operations demonstration, and this is going to be really important for our future lunar missions because the ICPS actually has a target on it, and the crew is going to have the opportunity to manually maneuver these spacecraft like we've mentioned, and practice those docking maneuvers. Now, obviously, they will not be docking for this mission, but that is, again, going to be critical for those lunar missions in the future. Now, all right, after that ICPS has separated and they've done that second lap, they're going to conduct 2 more burns. And what these burns are going to do is set them up to the high enough orbit and a fast enough speed in order to conduct the translunar injection. This is going to be that critical moment and that critical milestone where they are going to produce about 6,000 pounds of thrust. And this is that point that is going to take them out of low Earth orbit into deep space, and it's going to set them on that nice path towards that lunar flyby. And I know we have talked a little bit about why this could be a record-breaking flyby and journey to the moon. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Megan so she can tell us just why.
Yeah, she's talking about the distance record set by the Apollo 13 astronauts in 1970. They were 248,655 miles away from Earth, and this Artemis 2 crew might surpass that on flight day 6 when they fly around the moon by more than 4,000 miles.
Yeah, it's a long ways. It's tough to fathom 250,000 miles from Earth, right? I mean, space, the space station is only 250 miles. And so we're going, I don't want to do the public math, but we're going much further than that. But it's important, right? Because we want to get back to the moon. We want to see the surface. We want to see the far side of the moon. And the way we do that is by breaking distance records.
Yeah, and the exact distance record depends on exactly when they launch, like the time, the day. So we'll learn more as we go into this 10-day mission with the Artemis 2 crew. But here we are, 32 minutes, 50 seconds and counting from the opening of our launch window. Feels really, really surreal here as more and more people come to gather on the press site lawn here at Kennedy Space Center. Why don't we take a look at this video that we have here? Some familiar faces who wanted to wish our Artemis 2 crew a safe journey.
Reid, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy, you are the real deal. You're flying to the moon for all of us, and we are in awe. You're the true heroes.
You are not just astronauts. You are pioneers, venturing deeper into the unknown. But you are not alone. We will be all cheering you on from planet Earth.
Hey, I'm Victor Wembanyama, and I play basketball in the NBA. But I'm not only interested in shooting hoops. I'm also interested in shooting stars, dark matter, and all other types of astronomical phenomenon. And to the Artemis 2 astronauts who are shooting for the moon, I wish them good luck and Godspeed.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play a biologist who goes to space to save the planet in the film Project Hail Mary. But the Artemis 2 astronauts are going to space for real, and they will travel farther from Earth than any humans in history. Sending all our best wishes to the Artemis 2 crew.
I just want to say how proud I am of each of you and how inspired you make me. But it's not just about me. Your mission is going to inspire future generations of scientists, engineers, athletes, and dreamers to do something that they never thought possible.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr., and I want to wish the Artemis 2 crew a happy and safe journey to the moon, well, around the moon. To go around, I know what you're doing. You got to look for a parking space. This is to go around the moon, make sure somewhere to park, and then you park journey. Good luck.
It's actually a really good way to explain what how this mission builds. Again, we are hoping to land astronauts on the surface of the moon in maybe 2 years. So yes, we are looking around the moon on this lunar flyby mission to see where we might park. Thank you, Roy Wood Jr. Okay, and as we look at this live view of the rocket on the pad, there is a spectacular place here at Kennedy Space Center to watch launch from, and that's the Banana Creek viewing area. Why don't we go back there where the crowd is excited, and Leah has the best assignment ever talking to people who are super excited about being here for Artemis 2.
Oh my gosh, Megan, you talk about the excitement being palpable. I'm telling you, everybody here on pins and needles as we get just about half an hour away from launch. I've been walking around talking to people, and I'm just struck again and again by how many people are here from across the agency. I want to introduce you to just a small portion of the people across NASA who have been supporting this mission.
Patty Ortiz, NASA Armstrong Flight Research Center, Orion program.
Orion.
Kathy Graves, Glenn Research Center, Office of STEM Engagement.
David Alexander, NASA Glenn Research Center, Office of STEM Engagement.
Jennifer Becerra, Johnson Space Center, the Office of STEM Engagement.
Here we go. Right back here. Where are you from?
I'm from NASA Glenn Research Center, Joseph Pinakitis.
Joseph, here we go.
Wes Furman from APL.
Maria Arredondo from Headquarters, Next Gen STEM.
Mark Robinson, Stennis Space Center, Commercial Space.
Amira Flores, Armstrong, Office of the STEM Engagement.
Molly Kearns, NASA Glenn, Space Communications and Navigation.
Matthew Pierce, Goddard Institute for Space Studies in New York City.
Here we go. And right over here.
Lauren Ring, Ames Research Center, Data Integration.
So we're coming together. We're one big NASA team, one big NASA family, and we have one major message before we launch tonight. Okay, guys, what are we going to say? 1, 2, 3. Go Artemis!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That made me so emotional. That was so inspiring.
I'm Liam, and I'm from Hostel Brothels.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, just
I was going upstairs, and that's all I could hear.
Doing to support this mission is amazing, and I'm sure this was something that really rang true and resonated with NASA's Administrator Jared Isaacman again, to see the workforce come together to do the work and then to be here for launch. So why don't we actually go over to him now with our Jasmine Hopkins at one of our other viewing locations.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. The energy here on the balcony is honestly becoming electric as we get so close to launch, and now we are
Guys, smash that subscribe button if you're just getting into the stream here.
We're really entering a golden age of exploration. How will Artemis 2 set the pace for the coming years?
Well, I mean, Artemis 2 is the opening act, right? This is the test mission. This is getting very comfortable with the SLS rocket, the Orion spacecraft. No humans have ever flown on this before, right? And we're going to put it through its paces. We'll go in Earth orbit for a little bit, make sure Orion's doing okay.
The
and then
actors
we are
wish they
sending
could
them,
upstairs.
right? We're going to send them farther into space than any humans might have gone before, 250,000 miles away. And it's going to set up for the subsequent missions. That's why we're going into the golden age of science and discovery right now, because you're going to see a moon rocket launch in 2027 when we do our testing with the lander. We're going to go for the landing on Artemis 4 in 2028. And in parallel, we're going to build the moon base, right? And that is going to be filled with science discovery and tech demonstrations that's going to support the enduring presence we're trying to create on the surface.
Absolutely. So honestly, history making.
How excited are you for a moon base?
But first is Artemis 2. What
I
will
mean,
be our
have a look.
single greatest takeaway from this mission?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, after ignition, to me, the moment that I'm going to be most excited for is splashdown. There's no question about that. Good shoots coming down off the West Coast. But look, I think the takeaway from this is gaining extreme comfort in the Orion spacecraft, right? I mean, this is very different than what we've done for more than a half century, right? I mean, the velocities that spacecraft is going to re-enter at, it's going to be new territory.
You vote on that poll. Will they make a moon base? Yes or no?
Of SLS plus Orion,
Should be interesting for the non-believers.
We want to make sure we do it in
I can't believe the amount of non-believers there are.
Understanding what we are undertaking right
Really
here.
weird.
Bring our crew back, learn as much we can from the vehicle, set up.
We're coming close to
Artemis 3 in
200 of us
Right. And
live,
Administrator,
guys.
we've actually had a pretty young audience today here, some kids running around the balcony. How do you hope Artemis 2 inspires that next generation?
You know, I talk about this all the time. Like, one of our overarching KPIs that we should always be tracking is the number of people living and working in space. Well,
Smash that like button if you're just getting in, guys.
The number of kids that are dressing up as astronauts for Halloween, so that they grow up, that they're inspired to want to join.
Also, smash that reactions. Do you know the bottom right corner?
Or they join in
Smile,
the industry, but they're helping
whatever
people
it is.
venture out farther,
Hit
pursue all
that
the
about,
secrets of the universe.
I don't know,
We'll see a lot of
100,
kids
200
dressed as
points.
astronauts this year. And finally, Jared, you've
Really
really made it a
pushes the
personal
Hustle
mission
Brothers
to
forward.
get to know the people behind the work at NASA. Do you have any
Someone
final
share
thoughts
me
and
on
final words
Discord.
before today's history-making launch?
What Discord
well,
do you
one, I
share
want
me
to
on?
express a lot of appreciation. I'll tell you what, the 4 astronauts on
Some
top
of my
of,
shares do
on top
be
of Artemis 2 know
pretty
this.
weird
It
on
takes
this channel.
an army to pull a mission together like this, right? Across all 10 of our centers, all of our commercial partners, the international partners that come together to make this possible. My sincere appreciation for everyone who is currently working the mission right now. So getting them ready for launch, that will be watching over them in mission control, recovering this crew when they splash
Max,
the West Coast.
it's been a
I
while,
have
my guy.
complete trust and confidence in your
Has
abilities, and everybody else who's not directly working on Artemis 2.
did you
Artemis
hold
3 is coming out
the
next year. When this mobile launch
did you
gets
hold the
back
nerve
into
with
BAU,
Beta?
we're going to
I
start
seen
stepping
Beta
in.
did
Wow, plenty of excitement
fly
ahead of us.
down, but
Jared
then started
Isaacman,
pushing
thank you so
up.
much for being
Did
here.
you manage to hold the nerve with
All
your
right, and
Beta
with
stock?
that, let's get back to
More
the
folks
countdown
watching
with
on
NASA's
X.
Megan Cruz.
Under
It's always the case.
25
X is
minutes
so
and
much easier
counting from the
because they
opening
can
of
close
our
the page and it
2-hour
will still
launch
listen.
window. And
Hi
take a
everyone.
look at
Liam,
all
do you
these
need
people
to
behind
turn
us.
the volume
I
up on
literally,
NASA stream? I'm
every moment I turn and look
afraid
around and I see the clock,
there's
I
going
am
to be a
like,
crash.
oh
Has a
wow.
feeling about it.
Oh wow.
Okay, my guy. I'm sorry if you can't
Yes,
hear it too
exactly,
much.
which is a great
Is
problem
that a
to
little
have.
bit better for you, my guy?
Now, this
I
first
only
crewed
see
test
12
flight of
people on
NASA's Artemis
YouTube.
program
I'm
coincides
currently
with
seeing
the
46
250th
on YouTube, my
anniversary
guy.
of our country's founders
YouTube's all
signing
over the place
the
at the moment.
Declaration of Independence.
With analytics.
Exploration is
Yeah,
a
I didn't
part
sell
of
beta
America's
yet.
DNA,
It's only up
and it
like
continues
5%.
now with
I
our
want to wait
return to
until
the moon.
20% up. Do you know what I was feeling for you, my guy? Because
250 years
I seen it
ago,
going down.
13 colonies laid the foundation for the
If you go back in the
greatest and
streams,
most
you'll
enduring
see me saying,
democracy
I feel
in the
sorry for
history
you.
of the world.
But
One driven by courage.
I've been calling it today. I said,
and
I hope
freedom.
Max all right. Because if you held
From that
out,
moment, we
you're
became a
definitely
nation
up on it.
defined not by where we stood,
No,
by
thank
how
God.
far we were willing to go. We conquered vast
Is
frontiers.
the sound on NASA any better,
invented
guys? Do
tools
let me
that
know.
shaped a modern world. We found light in the dark, and we rose from the earth. Faster, higher, farther. We pushed beyond the sky and into the unknown. We carried our courage into the cosmos, and we planted the American flag on the moon, the defining achievement
Who'll get
of
naming
American
rights in the moon
superiority
race?
in space. Today, our curiosity stretches farther than ever.
NASA themselves,
American robots
probably.
search ancient rivers on Mars. New telescopes unfold.
I'd love to see what Elon would name them.
Generation prepares to return to the
I can
moon
see whoever it is smashing the reactions really helped me out. Do join in, smash them reactions. There's hearts, there's smiles, there's everything going in at the moment.
But American exceptionalism isn't
When you flash people up, I don't see them in the chat.
Our greatness comes not
So you
only
can't
from
see
what
the
we
guys
are,
I'm flashing up on the screen.
but what we're still determined to discover.
I don't know what's up with YouTube at
Because
the
in
moment.
every
Cheers.
era,
The new
across
moon
every
base on the
horizon,
moon is going to be
America
called
is at its best.
Mar-a-Lago.
It's reaching for something greater.
Max, this is an interesting one.
America
The majority of
celebrates
people in the stream don't
250
believe
years,
in the
and
moon
we
landing.
are leading the
Do you
world
believe in the moon
to the
landing?
future.
I personally do, but many people don't.
22 minutes, 15 seconds and counting from Artemis 2, NASA's boldest test flight in a generation. The crew has said this often, that they hope it inspires children around the world. And recently, a group of kids here at Kennedy Space Center got a surprise of a lifetime while watching that rocket roll to the launch pad. So tell me what color it is.
Max, of course they do. I don't know how anyone could believe it's fake. We're going to bring on a few guys that believe it's fake so they can get their point of view across. I'm interested to hear what they're going to say. But yeah, personally, I don't believe it. Yeah, I wouldn't be investing in Rocket Labs if I didn't. But yeah, Christian says no. Yeah, Christian, I actually don't know what's going on at the moment, but yeah, it shows me comments, like the ones on X. It shows me all the comments coming through on X, but it's like a big, like rectangle, and there's like an X, and it just does that the whole way across. So it can't. It won't let me show a lot, and I can't even see what it says. So guys, anyone on X, jump across to the YouTube if you want to talk in the chat. I'm also going to run a membership giveaway. You know what? I'll do it about 5 minutes prior to the launch. So to be in with a chance to win one of the free memberships, do smash that like button, smash the subscribe
I love
button to be in
kids
the
and their
chance to win it.
excitement, and even just being real. Like I don't remember what I was
know
gonna
he goes,
ask.
but I'm glad you're here. Now here we are, Space Center Houston. The crowd has exponentially grown throughout the day. We started showing you live shots from in there probably an hour ago, and now take a look at all the people there getting ready to witness history together. It's something really special to be able to witness something like this together.
Yeah, we've heard from celebrities and officials and kids, and it's amazing. People from all around the world came here today to Florida to watch. So it's something. It's hard to put into words just how much support for this mission we're seeing today.
And great news too. Remember, the team was tracking
19 minutes
with the
before
launch
lunch,
abort
guys.
system battery. They appear to have cleared that issue. So we are go for launch.
Yes, it's exciting.
Let's pass T-minus 10 minutes. And I'll start
U.S. Space and Rocket
believing.
Center here, Huntsville, Alabama, waving. To the
James
Artemis
says,
II
I believe in
sitting
space
right there
travel, but I'm
inside
not sure
Orion.
about the original moonland
Inside of 20
videos.
minutes
I
from the
feel they
opening
may have been
of our
staged so
launch
the
window,
US
and
could
right now
say
we
they
are
were the first on the
targeting
moon.
the top
But
of that
believe
launch
in
window.
space
So
travel.
we could be launching here.
Am I the only
in about
one that
19 minutes,
he
Nicole.
has a bad feeling that the rocket? Ooh,
I don't know if I expected this today. I'm
no,
excited.
they
And,
did go through
I'm glad they were able to clear
all
the
the
problem with
abort
the battery
procedures
from
earlier. There's about
LAS,
5 of
and
them.
everything has gone really smoothly today. It's been great.
I don't
The weather
know.
cleared up.
Yes or
It's a
less.
beautiful day for a launch.
When it takes
And
off,
so now, as we are so close
what the
to
once
possibly launch
seem pretty
now,
solid. I
just
don't
what are
think
your
they
final
would let
thoughts as we are
any
about
doubt
to
in their
embark
mind
on
let this take off with a
a
human on
mission
board.
back to the moon, the first time in more than 50 years?
Yeah, just
Ooh, that'd
so
worry me.
proud of the crew and all of the teams here on the ground that made this happen. They
Guys,
are
anyone
carrying
new
the
here? I
torch
don't
from the
normally
Apollo
drink beer
era
on this
into
train.
the
It's only
Artemis
when we're
era.
chilling out watching like a rocket launcher or
As the
something.
crew likes to say, they want to be the
Don't normally.
shoulders that the next generation.
Ooh, that's a bad one. Always remember Challenger. I've seen that many times. Anyone that's seen that live, that must be.
They want to be the crew
That's
wants to be
got-
the shoulders that the next
You
generation.
know what?
climb
I
on.
don't mind watching like Starship and a Starship fails or something like that.
I think
It can
it's-
look quite
it's
cool,
in
but
their
like when there's
patch.
humans on
We're going
board,
for
especially
all.
you know
It's in the
they've
name
lost
of their
life.
capsule integrity.
Nah, that's wild. They're not-
Representing humility. And
Were
the
you watching that
professionalism of everyone
live,
that got
James?
them there today. So proud of them. We love them. We're excited for them, and we cannot
James
wait
did
to
watch
see
it live.
what they see.
Just leveraging everything we've
Nah, I
learned
feel
so
sorry for them
far
guys.
as an agency, taking us from Apollo now to the launch pad here, 39
James, what stocks are you
with Orion and
most bullish on?
SLS
Do let me know.
poised to again fly us into the history
Christian
books.
seen it live as well. Guys, did anyone else see Challenger
We leave you
live?
now here at the host desk to get back into operations.
Yeah, I'd get
We just
sick.
wanted to answer one question for you
Genuinely,
guys.
if
We
I
asked you
seen this
earlier
blow
on
up
today, what are you most
and
excited for? And we asked you to
it
go
was
vote on
occupied,
Instagram and Twitch.
nah,
Instagram,
I'd get
you
sick.
guys said launch. Twitch, you guys said lunar flyby. So I think you guys will all be very excited since we are now about 17 minutes from the opening of our launch window today. And so with that, as we approach terminal count, let's send it back to Daryl Nail in firing room.
Right, we're getting close to terminal count now,
All right,
guys.
thank you, Megan and Nicole,
getting
and just want
excited.
to give you an update on the launch abort system that you just reported.
Okay,
that
here's the
they
launch
cleared.
abort system.
They believe, they're convinced this is an instrumentation failure. So there are 2 batteries on the LAS. The LAS, of course, and with the help of my 2-year-old son's model rocket, Daniel said I could use this, so it's okay. The LAS is right here. It's the tower above Orion. Orion capsule's inside of here. It's used to pull Orion off the rocket in case the rocket is something's going on with the rocket, either on the pad or in flight. 2 batteries are bad. Well, I'm sorry. One of the 2 batteries reported an out-of-family temperature, and it was very much out of family. And so they checked their data going back into the vehicle assembly building where they recharged the batteries and worked on them. And they have good, solid data, they reported, that tells them that this is an instrumentation failure, that there's something wrong with the sensor. And so they took it before the mission management team, which has to accept the risk, any changes to launch commit criteria, which this would be one, and they all fully accepted it. So now we are clear as far as that constraint is concerned. And one quick thing, as
Okay,
we
so
count
they
down
reckon the
now, we're getting
battery.
into the final minutes before liftoff. There's a 2-hour window. We haven't quite set the T0 yet, but this is a list of the cutouts. There are 150 cutouts that are included for this 2-hour launch window. And that's important. They're in very small print. That's important because there's basically 16 minutes inside this window that they cannot launch. And these are because of small things flying in orbit. There's a lot more things in orbit than there were back in Artemis 1 when we had 35 to 40 cutouts.
Mike says you can't hear the NASA audio.
For that reason, because of these 156 cutouts, they're going to be managing the launch window as we go forward. So they may have to wait out one of these cutouts. They range in time between
Max, can you hear that any better?
2 seconds to 23 seconds, but you'll hear the NASA test director talk through that. We're getting
You must
ready
have seen
to
me staring at
merge
the screen.
that loop from NASA test director Jeff Spaulding.
Guys, can anyone hear the NASA? Please tell me
So now I'm listening to the launch team get ready to merge their operational channel.
Please tell me you haven't been listening to it through the mic, because I think I will cry. Namisha says I can hear. Cloud says I can hear. Max, do let me know. Can you hear it any better now, my guy?
The final 10 minutes.
And OTC, NTD on 212 for ComCheck.
Good.
There's a lot of archery, but a lot of other
I hear the same.
stocks
STC.
too, like trading commodities
GTC.
too. Like, how have you been getting on with oil, my guy?
That.
A lot of evidence that Challenger astronauts is
NASA
still
test director
alive.
Jeff Spaulding confirming communications with his team.
Max can't really hear. Okay, guys, can you hear NASA? Okay, or is
There
it
will
quite
be two
quiet?
polls that we'll hear.
And then can you hear me?
One from
Max,
Spaulding,
can you hear
the
me?
NASA
Okay.
test director confirming the ground systems and the launch team are ready to proceed. At this point, we have a clear board, no constraints, but we need confirmation from each individual on the NASA test director team. So we'll hear him poll his team. The other poll that we're waiting for is the poll from launch director Charlie Blackwell Thompson, who will take that final status from NASA management before giving the go to come out of a hold. And you're seeing the clock count down at L minus 12 minutes.
CCL, OTC, Orion, RS1.
CCL.
Max can
Yes,
hear
sir.
me
Reconfigure
great.
ARS primary loop.
You can't
valve.
really hear the NASA audio. Okay.
Copy, that's some work.
If I can hear the
PDR,
NASA
OTC,
audio.
Orion, RS1.
Go.
ARS loop ISO valves are being closed at this time.
Integrity copies. NGDLP. Go. Yes, I had a discussion with sea ice and with MER manager regarding the observation the sea ice had a few minutes ago. They were able to confirm with BCI photos that the condition that they observed has been there since 2025. MER manager has had a chance to review the findings, and they do not have any constraints from either a sea ice or MER manager perspective. Okay. Copy all. And launch director, NTD, you copy?
Yes, sir. I copy. That's good news.
Yet there's people in the capsule while huddle.
OTC, CCL 212.
OTC.
ARS primary loop isolation valve configuration is complete.
Copy.
And CGLS NTD cancel pending, please.
Max
CLS
said there's
copy.
4 people.
And that's complete.
For now, if you
All right,
know what I
and
mean.
for all personnel, we got a little bit more work to do
Max,
before
that
we
was
pick up the
dark.
clock, and we're about a little over a minute from getting to T-minus 10 minutes. But
Broly
we've
says we
canceled
didn't
the
have
resume time there, and then we'll
live
pick it
TV
up,
in Ireland to the
after we get
80s
through
in
all of our
Challenger
work
Crash.
and
Keith's
anything else that
news
we need to
report
do
before Blue
to get
Peter
the
on
remainder of count.
BBC.
So we'll continue working that.
Was it
to get
streamed
to
on
our
Blue
T0
Peter?
today. So when we get to about 50 seconds from now, we'll extend that hold.
Sounds good, Rolly says.
CVSC OTC.
Guys, let me know. Would you prefer if I got rid of the
490,
chat?
verify that we are
If I
configured
put it
for
down
Ascent.
there so you can see everything? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
give me about 2 more minutes. I'm going to start CMA2 streaming. Copy.
NTD COSE hold requested.
Copy that.
I have an LCC violation of O-CT-004, S-band transponder anomaly. This was a transient LCC violation, so transponder 1 had a demodulated SNR estimate that went down to 2 dBm. When it should have been between 10 and 13, it is now back up to 12, but we did lose that for just a moment. It does not appear that we lost our bit sync or carrier lock, which would be indicative that we lost our lock with the vehicle. So at this point, recommendation would still be go. However, we do have a pre-planned contingency procedure if we want to look at that. But again, this is transient, so we're back in a nominal range.
We've got a hold at 10 minutes, guys.
Yeah, we're not seeing that hit. So I guess the question for COSE, was that less than 3 samples? Is that below our persistence?
Hold
Stand
at
by,
10
let me look.
minutes.
It did look like it did persist for several seconds on mine, but let me take a look at the number of samples.
Could I get a repeat on the affected LCC, please?
Yes, ma'am. That's going to be O.
200 if you like your next on YouTube.
004.
Smash that like button, please, guys.
Thank you.
Hold at 10 minutes. I can't believe this. You watch. You know what's going to happen now. While Saddle believes the moon base would be a SpaceX capsule and rocket. I do know. Oh no, Christian, please.
Yeah, us taking a look at the data right here, looks like that was a single sample.
Please.
Yeah, copy that. RFTS does report that they also lost lock for about 5 seconds. So
Dude
I would love
says,
to ask
hey,
KUS and see if
you
they
made
also
it.
lost lock with the vehicle for any extended
You
amount of
made the
period.
stream. Awesome. Thank you so much, my guy. I know people are saying SpaceX will go to the
And
moon, but my
COSE,
prediction
while
is
we're
SpaceX
doing
would
that,
be
these are
overtaken by
1/10
Rocket Lab
hertz
within 4
measurements,
years
correct? So
of
we
virtual
would have
clock.
had to lose it for over 10 seconds to get a second sample.
This is not looking good, guys.
Yes, sir, that's correct. It is 1/10 hertz.
Yeah, so from our perspective, the allowance is effectively up to 30 seconds, up to 3 samples based on the 1/10 hertz.
Just made it.
This is not an LCC violation, I believe.
Well, it's not.
Yes, sir. I would agree with that at this point. Copy that.
We're checking with KUS on 232. I don't think they have 212 access.
I think we'll go for launch again. Imagine to go over 22,000 miles per hour.
It sounds like they have
Earth's
a
orbit
loss
in
of lock as well.
1969.
About 2 seconds.
Okay. And I guess for both KUS and COSE, do we have lock now?
That's
We're going to put the poll up, guys. Will we launch?
Yeah, so from the integration console perspective, we did have a temporary loss there within the allowable, and per the requirement, let's go.
And this is Houston Flight. We have lock and we have good telemetry here in GSC.
And KUS has reported too, they have good lock now.
Imagine
So
being
with
in
all
that
of that
small
OSC, then are we in a go configuration per your LCC?
Yes, sir.
Will we launch tonight? Yes or no? I've just pulled up, guys.
LP, you concur with that?
Yes, sir. LP concurs, go.
And launch director?
Yes, sir. Launch director concurs, go.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and just verify everybody has everything else complete, launch director. And if we do, we'll be ready to pick up the poll at that time, unless there's something else that you're aware of.
No, sir. Let's verify all our work is complete, and I would like one last check of our constraints list.
All right, let's see. OTC, are you still waiting for com config, or are you?
That is
Six volts. We'll go for launch.
Okay, is that your only open item?
Yeah, OTC, this is CVSC. That 400 step 290 is complete.
Copy.
Smash that like button if you've
Okay, so
just got
OTC is
in,
complete with
guys.
all your
Really
work?
helps me out.
That's
I don't normally drink
All
on
right,
stream,
copy
but
that. STC?
STC is complete.
And GTC?
GTC is complete.
Okay, excellent. All right, and LPE, just want to verify we have no open constraints at this time.
No open constraints. We have a clear board, sir.
Okay, tracking the same here. And launch director, with that, we are clear and ready to pick up the launch readiness poll with your go.
No, Max, not scrubbed yet.
All right, sir.
Let's go to
I
the
am
moon.
go for the poll.
Yeah, no, we'll go.
All right.
We're going to go through it.
And for all personnel, this is the NTD conducting the Artemis 2 launch readiness check. Verify
Here we
ready
go.
to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
TC is go.
STC.
STC is go.
GTC.
C's go.
MCO.
CO's go.
Safety console.
We have a 4-hour launch window, guys.
LPE.
LPE's go.
RTD.
RTD's go.
Houston flight.
Houston flight is go.
ROC.
Rock is go.
And CDR.
Crew is go.
Copy that. Thank you, Reid. And Launch Director NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed at this time.
All right, NTD, I copy all. At this time, I'll perform my poll. Attention on the net. This is the launch director performing the final poll for launch. Verify no constraints and go for launch.
Let's go through terminal count, guys.
EGS, Program Chief Engineer.
Artemis Chief Engineers are go.
Copy, thank you. EGS, Chief Safety Officer.
Artemis CSOs are go.
Copy, thank you. Range Weather.
Launch weather is go.
Ooh,
Thank you,
weather's go.
LWO. And Artemis MMT Chair.
MMTs go.
Thank you, John. And Integrity Launch Director.
Good here with Charlie PLT. Thank you, Charlie. This is Victor. We are going for our families. MS1.
This is Christina. We are going for our teammates.
MS2. This is Jeremy. We are going for all humanity. All right, Charlie, your Artemis 2 crew is go for launch.
Go for launch. Terminal count.
I copy that. Reid, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. On this historic mission, you take with you the heart of this Artemis team, the daring spirit of the American people and our partners across the globe, and the hopes and dreams of a new generation. Good luck. Godspeed, Artemis 2. Let's go.
Go for launch, guys. Terminal count.
And NTD Launch Director.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yes, sir. You have a go to proceed with countdown.
Copy that. I'll put it in work. CDR NTD.
Go.
Figure your visors and initiate short purge per your EPROC 10.1.1, steps 8 and 9.
10.1.1, 8, 9 going to work.
Copy. CVSE NTD. Start and verify recordings of our Orion cameras.
Copy. Okay. Well, there you heard it.
RSR NTD.
RSR. They're getting ready to start terminal count.
Arm rotation enable at this time, please.
It's currently at T-minus 10 minutes. Once we wrap up this last bit of work,
SNA arm rotation enable complete.
we're going to start that clock.
Copy that. Thank you.
Integrity crew, close and lock visors.
You heard an issue, worked in real time with telemetry lock on the Orion.
America.
It's transitory.
Namisha's excited for it, even though you don't
data,
really believe it's going
confirmed
there.
that they had a good lock. This was with the S-band transmitter on the
She
Orion.
looks super nervous giving that good luck speech.
Worked through
Yeah.
that issue,
Do you know what? I
looked
know
at the
what you're
data,
saying.
and cleared it. All with the
Oh,
world
James.
watching.
Big shout out, my guy. Do you know
Impressive
what?
work by
Cheers
launch
to that. Yeah, $1. $1
So we have a 2-hour
will
window,
we'll swig to that.
which starts in just a few minutes at 6:24 p.m.
Thank you so
Eastern
much, my
time
guy.
and goes until
Really appreciate that.
8:24 p.m.
$1.
Eastern time.
Thank you.
And ECL NTD will be waiting for your verification.
It's
on the short
£1.
purge.
It's not even $1.
ECL copies.
It's £1. Even more than a dollar.
And for all personnel, once we get that
Stupid
short
question,
purge
maybe,
verification,
but will you be able to
we'll
see the
verify that we
rockets
are
in the
clear to
sky
go,
from
and then
Europe
we'll
tonight?
proceed with the terminal count.
Do you know what? Really? I'm going to be real with you, yeah? That's not a stupid question because I said that to the missus tonight. we were coming back. We got lost on a walk. We done a walk before. So I left the opening bell stream. We then went on a walk, and I said, "What?
ECL
We
time
get back
estimate?
for 7:30. We
About a
got
minute.
lost."
Copy.
And yeah, I said that. I said, "Do you reckon we could see it tonight?" So no, not a stupid question. Not a stupid question at all. And if anyone can answer, do let me know. Oh, I do. It's like the movies to me. I don't
So we're
think
going
so.
into the launch window,
You will see if it.
but not by much, it looks like.
I'm not being morbid, but it's true. Sterling is viewable
Just
from
wrapping up
Florida
some
when it.
final work.
I can imagine.
And once that's
Are
completed,
you
you'll
from
hear
Florida,
NASA
Max?
Test Director Jeff Spalding ask for the
I
ground
can
launch
imagine.
sequencer operator.
Yeah. Max, you
to
look
go
a bit
ahead and start
too young, but were you around when Challenger?
The ground launch sequencer is an application
Do
software.
you let me know?
It runs on top of the
I
launch
wasn't
control
watching
system in the firing
Challenger.
room. Acts like a
Check
conductor
with
of an
Gemini.
orchestra, executing hundreds of commands in precise order and timing.
James, let me know. Do you want me to put that into Archer on the community
all
portfolio?
autonomous.
Do let me know.
CCL 212, short purge initiations verified.
All right, copy that. And we're verifying our constraints. All right, and we're clear from cutouts. And with that, we're going to resume the clock momentarily. And
Resume the
CGLS,
clock
you can resume the clock
momentarily.
on your mark.
GLS copies. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS mainline has been initiated.
T-minus 10 minutes and counting.
And that begins terminal count. Our new T0 is 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We are now counting down to liftoff of Artemis 2.
Do we still think it's going to launch, guys? Do
From
let me
now
know.
on, you're going to hear two voices on the loops. If everything goes nominally, NASA Test Director Jeff Spalding, who's directly managing the launch team, and Alex
James
Vandellis,
says,
the GLS
add it
operator
to the
who
Archer
closely
front.
monitors the
Yeah.
software.
Do you know what?
He has the ability
There's
to
a few of you
stop and
guys that
restart
sent
the countdown.
super chats have become members, so I will put that in for
A lot of people ask about
tomorrow's
whether there's a launch button.
open
There
bell,
certainly is not.
and yeah,
and
we'll
rock.
put it straight into the
Our
Archer
T0
fund.
is 22,
James, big
35,
appreciation. Anything
Houston flight copies.
that anyone gives
22,
me, I'm
35, 12.
more
Affirm.
than over the moon with, because
There you heard confirmation of the
I don't
exact
deserve it, my guy.
T0, 6:35 and 12
Max
seconds
said,
p.m.
I live
Eastern
in
Time.
San Francisco.
Again,
I heard about
our
Challenger, but
T0
didn't
is
see it.
6:35
We
and
don't
12
really see
seconds
spacecraft from
p.m.
Northern
Eastern
California
Time.
over the missile
But
defense
as I was
practice.
saying, there's no launch button. This is autonomous. But there is a button that keeps you from launching, and that button allows the GLS operator to pause the countdown outside of terminal count and during terminal count and submit a hold to the next holding point. So the clock won't stop right away. If there's an issue, we'll go to the next stable holding point. This is how GLS configures
Sorry,
the
Max.
rocket and ground systems to a stable
Yeah, so
point where they
you don't
can
normally
stop
see
the
spacecraft
countdown
from
if
Northern
that's needed.
California over the
Right
missile
now,
defense
we are
practice.
counting down.
Do you see
Our
a lot
next
of
big
sounder
milestone
rockets
looking
go
to
up?
retract the crew access arm.
Do let me know. Christian says, yes, Beta
GLS
did
to
not
go for crew access arm
any
reset.
flight hours today on their website. Right.
And there you
We're
see the crew
minus
access
7
arm
minutes away.
moving
I'm going to
away.
go to the restroom. They are getting the...
That's the path that the astronauts took to
right.
ingress
I'll
into
be
the
back
rocket.
in 1 minute, guys.
Until this point, that was their way off the pad if they needed to evacuate. But now with that arm retracting, the backup transitions to a launch abort system. And they'll begin arming that shortly. Of course, the launch abort system, great shot there of the crew access arm retracting away. The launch abort system is the tower at the top, and that's what would pull Orion and its crew off the top of the rocket in case of an emergency, whether it's on the ground or in flight. This is critical safety hardware that protects the lives of the astronauts. Starting at T-minus 6 minutes, the GLS will start bringing that and other high energy systems online, starting with core stage pressurization. Weather is 90% go. The range is go. All systems are go.
GLS is go for core stage tank pressurization.
That means the replenish valve for the liquid hydrogen tank has now closed, and that tank is beginning to pressurize to flight levels because that hydrogen is naturally boiling inside the tank. We'll get the liquid oxygen tank a little later in the count. Now the team is waiting for verification that, if needed, the Artemis II crew could use the launch abort system to pull Orion safely off the top of the rocket in an emergency. Let's listen in for that call.
GLS verifies last capability available.
And CDR, do you copy?
CDR copies, last available.
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify that with the commander of the mission.
GLS is go for FTS arm.
Now work is being done to arm the flight termination system. This is so the range safety can send a flight termination command if the rocket flies too far off track. There's a brief built-in delay, so the launch abort system has time to pull the astronauts to safety first.
LH2 high flow bleed check.
All right, the high flow bleed check. That's so the cryo team gets verification that the RS-25 engines, all 4 of them, are in the proper temperature range for launch.
Big shout out to the missus. I told her about the temperature on the batteries, and you can tell.
GLS go for core stage APU.
He's just happy that I'm happy.
Core stage APUs start. Those are auxiliary power units.
Where they're launching from, Florida.
Pressure to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25 engines.
It'd be funny if he took his mic with him.
Later at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds, this is what allows that to happen.
If I brought that with me. NASA's on spacecraft.
Coming up in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, Florida.
Listening for go for purge sequence 4. That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve. This gets all the air and moisture out of there.
GLS go for purge sequence 4.
Moving through the milestones. All is looking good. Coming up in just a few seconds, we're going to get that thrust vector control actuator test.
Guys, smash that like button if you've been here. We're going to start streaming more and more of these.
There are the 4 RS-25s, 3 of them shuttle heritage, 1 of them built from shuttle parts. And there you see them moving.
Come on, guys, 2 minutes. You can see them gimbaling.
Now we're going to start moving the power from both the upper stage and the lower stage of the rocket to internal.
Imagine how you'd feel being on one of these
and now
now.
go into battery power.
GLS is go for upper stage to internal power.
All right, power is removed from
I'm
the
not gonna lie,
rocket's
I'd be
upper
shitting
stage.
myself if I was on board one of
The
these now.
ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis 2 crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days.
We'll be keeping you updated on it. Like
GLS
guys.
is go for core stage to internal power.
All right, there's
Right,
the rocket's core
cheers
stage,
to the US
which
going
houses
back
3
to the
flight
moon.
computers, is now on its own power. There's no more hold time because there's no more margin
Godspeed,
on these
my guys.
batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to
200
recharge if we
of
had a
you
hold.
like, smash that like button. Also, hit that reaction spout 100 times. Show your appreciation.
1 minute.
Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS.
6-day tour,
The rocket
Christian
will
says.
count itself down.
We're going to keep you
but honor
updated,
any
I promise
holds
you
that
that.
could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will
Right,
take over
Max, I
from
hope you are not right, yeah. With respect,
go
I just
for
hope
ALS.
you're not right.
Great
T-minus
call.
30, guys.
The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched. Sound suppression water is flowing.
15.
Here we go.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Water suppression is going, guys. We're going for launch. Go for launch.
3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon.
Mate, G-force on
Humanity's
that would be
next
insane.
great voyage begins.
World is watching. Sure is.
Good roll pitch. Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high.
Going well.
On time, passing 30 seconds into the flights.
They do have a redundancy system.
Target milestone.
They can fly on 3 boosters.
Space Launch System core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
1,200 miles per hour. Imagine being on board. G-force be insane.
Mission elapsed time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
No, max Q is the maximum amount of aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Approaching max Q, no.
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis 2 mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour.
2,600 miles an hour. Shit myself for being on the same way. I would have left it behind with me. I wouldn't be conscious at this stage.
1 minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time, standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%, ahead of solid rocket booster separation, expected at the 2 minute 9 second mark.
Wonder how many goats are watching this right now.
Throttle down.
30? If it's about 30 of yours, we won't know.
Confirmed separation. Main engine
Right.
throttling up.
There's your 2 SLS boosters gone back. Still nominal, guys.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal.
camera
upper
on
stage
board.
RCS ready.
SLS.
Copy all, Stan. Integrity,
I believe
SM
these are
priming
expendable.
complete. SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation. 3 minutes into the flight. Integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange. Now passing 5,000 miles per hour.
5,000 miles an hour. So capsule's jettisoned, does it?
Standing by for launch abort system jettison.
How far are they? I'll give you an update now in a minute.
Jettison, great view.
Copy, jettison. Team Eco 8+02.
SpaceX normally gives you a telemetry.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tigris at the Common line.
Outstanding, Stan. We have the same.
Still nominal, guys.
3 minutes, 50 seconds into the flight of Artemis 2, Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen crossed the boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes, 2 seconds, time of MECO.
MECO, main engine cutoff. The US are going back to the moon, guys. They're going to travel around the far side of the moon and back again. We're currently positive T443.
GPS processing.
Outstanding, Stan. We see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Currently nominal, guys. And Christian says
5
dark
minutes
side of
into
the
the
moon, yeah.
flight, Commander
See
Reid
the
Wiseman
dark side
confirms
of
he
the moon.
has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Integrity 3 engine press.
3 engine press.
On time, now passing 5 minutes, 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
10,000 miles an hour, mate.
Integrity looking good at 6 minutes.
Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director
There
Judd
we go.
Freeling, expected at the
79 miles from Earth. Currently traveling at
Integrity, 78
11 and a
miles
half
in
thousand miles
altitude,
an hour.
460 miles downrange.
Integrity expect nominal shutdown.
Christian says, this is when I wish I had some
Nominal shutdown.
radio operators to let us know what they're really saying.
6 minutes, 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes, 2 seconds into the flight.
It's going nominal, guys.
Seven minutes of mission elapsed time.
7 minutes gone, guys.
Throttling
200
down
off you
as we
live.
approach the abort once around option.
Smash that like
Milestone
button.
at the
Smash
7
that
minute, 30
follow
second
button.
mark.
Smash that subscribe button. Really
Now
helps
84
me out.
miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity AOA open.
AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time.
Still nominal, guys. There is an abort window now, but they're passing straight through it.
About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage.
Guys, see that
Standing by
bottom
for
right-hand
confirmation
corner
of
in your
MECO
chat?
and core stage
Hit
separation.
that about 100, 200 times, that reactions, whether it's a heart, whether it's a smile. Hit it about 100, 200 times. Completely free, and it really helps me out. It helps me keep these streams free.
Integrity and nominal MECO, core stage separated.
Core stage now separated.
We see the same on board, Stan.
America, weird shit. Guys, if anyone here is having a beer with me,
8
do
minutes,
let me
40
know.
seconds
And
into the
let me
flight,
know
we
what
have a nominal main
is your
engine cutoff
favorite
heading
drink.
in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon.
Have a
Core
beer with
stage
me.
has
Cheers
separated, done
to
its
America
job.
going
Space
back
Launch
to the
System
moon.
upper stage, the inner rim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. Nine minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
If you're on X, jump out of the stream for a second, repost it,
Integrity
and go back in.
Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad.
Copy that, Stan. Numbers for the pad.
Capcom Stan Loves now reminding the crew that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
Coasting right now? Sure is. Why not give us a live feed that's supposed to be covered in cameras?
Integrity, good. Neds deploy.
Rocket Lab is going up. The people are hungry for space. Let me see where Rocket Lab is sitting at the moment. I would expect Rocket Lab to push forward quite heavily on this news. We sold off a bit of Rocket Lab today, but we'll see where we're going. Rocket Lab currently sitting at 66.78. So it's higher than where we sold it at.
Just a reminder,
And again,
halfway open on the secondary.
that's 120 higher than where we were
We copy that.
when we
Stan.
closed.
Halfway open.
Planet Labs currently up $1.35. No.
Passing 11 minutes of mission elapsed time. Here,
$1.40
overhearing the
or
conversation
so.
between Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reid Wiseman.
Lunar.
Already passing some milestones. We have a good nozzle extension
It's actually
deployment system.
down.
That is confirmed.
Redwire. Currently
complete.
up and
We
up for
also have the
25
visors
cents.
are confirmed up
Guys,
now past the dynamic phase of flight.
space
That is
sector is pushing
Ascent.
forward.
The
We said it would.
their launch and entry suits.
Christian, why
provided
do
them
you
an extra layer
transmit
of
over
protection.
UHF
Now not
or
as needed. They're going to raise those
VHF, not
visors.
secure comms?
And later in today's
Rolly, mate, my guy, we need to go for a
egress
bit.
or get
I'm
out
telling you.
of the suits to begin some of their initial tasks of activating some of the systems aboard in the Integrity spacecraft. It's passing
for a beer
12
and
minutes
we'll
of mission
stream it.
elapsed time. Again, the perigee raise maneuver that's targeted near 50 minutes of mission elapsed time, 49 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what the crew is going to be working towards. The Commander Reid Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover will focus on preparing for that milestone. In the meantime, mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen will start some of the activation of environmental control life support systems. You may hear confirmation of their activation over the Orion to Earth communication network.
Oh, Dylan's going to join, guys.
Houston, C3 aux power back in
2
auto.
seconds.
Copy C3 aux, and we're 2 minutes to maneuver.
Dylan's gonna join. Go, if you're still in the chat, you're welcome to join, my guy. I pulled off a little switcheroo today, sold Rock Lab at 67.8 and repurchased at 65.
13 minutes and 30 seconds of mission elapsed time. We're
Yeah,
going to continue to
in
follow
the community
crew
portfolio,
of the Artemis 2 mission. They are
sold at
beginning their journey around the moon
66.30,
to
I believe.
verify the systems that will take us to its surface. An
Well,
incredible
when they get to the
ascent.
moon, the
Artemis
first
2
time they
is
could
underway.
listen, no
Reid
idea
Wiseman,
what
Victor Glover,
they used to
Christina
listen
Cook, and
to.
Jeremy Hansen
Bought Hover with
begin
the
their journey
games.
to the moon.
I bought
Still
Hover in my
milestones to
private
come up as we
portfolio,
await
my
solar
guy.
array deploy and the critical burns that will get integrity. It's a high Earth orbit around the Earth
148, I believe.
before engines are fired.
So
to
I
get
am
us on
slightly
the
down
moon.
on it, but yeah.
We'll keep tabs
I
on
think,
integrity and
genuinely,
its
I
crew from
think
here in Mission
over
Control
the...
Houston. But for now, we're going to send it back to you,
You're in it
Megan
for the
and
long
Nicole
term.
at the Kennedy Space Center.
Horizon
Very
aircraft,
jealous
you may
to
as
hear
well.
how the launch
Doesn't matter
experience
whether you're in
was
at
over on the
148,
Space Coast.
138, 128,
Yeah, Gary, if
118.
people are just joining us, welcome back to the Space Coast,
Don't
where
worry,
we just
you're
saw
not going to
Artemis
care
2
when it's
lift
at
off
$10
14 minutes ago, and
when you
wow,
got
what
it.
an
But
amazing
if you're
launch
trying
and
to
an
swing trade
emotional
it, I
one
can
too. As
understand
soon
why
as the
you're
rocket
trying
lifted
to
off, Nicole, you had
change it
tears in
around.
your eyes, I had tears in my eyes,
You're
and we
going to
had
get
all these
Dylan
people
here
around
in
us cheering. It was amazing.
Yeah, the
10 minutes?
energy was wonderful. I mean, it was a beautiful launch. We've got 4 friends and family members headed to the moon. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, how does that
Yeah.
make you feel as someone who, is an astronaut as well, but also, as you said, friends?
Yeah, so just
Yeah,
so
go.
proud of
If you're around,
I
jump in.
man, we don't have the words in the English language to describe this kind of an event, and pride,
Chilling with Dylan.
love, so many emotions.
Sure is.
They are truly breaking some barriers, and hopefully, as Gary just said, they've got a long day ahead of them. So wishing them well on everything. But so far, what a beautiful launch to watch.
Yeah, to be returning to the lunar orbit in more than 50 years. Maybe they go farther from Earth than any other humans before them. Maybe they see parts of the moon that we've never seen before. I mean, what a great start to what could be all of these milestones that we break. In
Again,
just a
big
10-day
shout
mission.
out
Yes, what a
to
way to
James
welcome in the
007.
Artemis generation.
That will go straight
Yeah, how do you feel? I
into
mean, we
Archer
saw
Aviation,
some
my guy.
beautiful shots we were covering.
I finished
of
me
course, the
wine, only a
rocket, of course,
bottle of the
Earth,
Lizzie whiskey
falling
left,
away
and that's
as we
for a
continue
special
up
occasion.
into our ascents, but also
Crack
some
it
of these
out.
crowd shots where we
We'll
saw
all
young
drink
and old,
together, my
just
guy.
emotional, overcome by this history-making moment.
Man,
We
we're going
else
back to the
have
moon
the
for
beer
all,
out at the
and we saw
moment.
that today.
Look,
We saw that in
from
all the
Closing
crowds. And
Bell,
yeah, you guys just saw that
I've had the
view,
beer
the
out.
sunrise or
What
sunset. I
we
guess
at
they
now?
just made it over
4.
the crest of the Earth, and you could see the sun peeking over. One of my favorite views
I'm a
from space,
lightweight,
and I
but
can't
yeah,
imagine what they're
I'm at 4
looking at
days.
now, and I can't wait to see what they're looking at in about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, you know what, I'm surprised this launched on the first try, because we know, like any little thing, we have to be keeping safety in mind, and we want to make sure we're ready to go. But we were ready to go, and I think it surprised a lot of people. What a wonderful surprise on this Wednesday evening.
It did, and it kind of surprised me as well. But it's just a testament to the team here that has been working so hard on Artemis.
Cheers.
Artemis
Big
1,
shout
we
out,
learned a ton of
Christian.
lessons. We learned a ton from the
Christian
light dress for Artemis
is in
2.
the hot tub
We
at
were
the
able to
moment,
go in, fix those things. We
having
even had a
the...
couple mishaps
What
today.
was it you were
Mishaps, but
having?
a couple, anomalies
jump
today
back.
that the team creatively came up with
I
solutions for.
believe...
It's just a testament to the teamwork.
Did you say
that gets
whiskey
us
at one
to the
stage?
moon.
And so we can continue to watch
Or again, were you
Christina,
red wine as
Reid,
well?
Victor, and Jeremy on their way now
Let me jump
to
back
the
and see.
moon, in Earth's orbit, and awaiting the next in-flight milestones, deploying Orion's solar arrays. So why don't we get back in with the mission control?
You're on
and
about
Gary.
having a shot at something. Oh, so sorry.
Hey, thank you, Megan. Again, we're following
I
along
said
in the
something.
action. It is
No.
a long day. They have a number of procedures they need to get to immediately in their timeline.
And
In
integrity
6
Houston,
days, I want to look up
Wi-Fi is
at the
on
moon
board per
while
the
they're
FTM.
and have a toast. Do you know what? In 6 days, we can do it, my guy. We'll do it together. We're going to keep
Cross-tie referring
pushing
to
for the updates on the Artemis program, because if we
flight
think
controllers
about it,
here initiating a
the whole space sector will
connection
start
between
pushing
some
forward,
of the
especially if we
batteries
get
aboard
positive
the
news
Orion
from
spacecraft,
Trump. Guys, what time will Trump be?
allowing
That'll
for
be
an
about 2
even
a.m.
distribution
my
of
time.
power. This is the
That's what, 2 hours time?
Flight control teams that took us through Ascent of the Artemis 2 mission today.
I am. I had a couple of whiskey shots.
Right now we're,
And now on the
as you
cab.
see, passing 18
Or
minutes of
in
mission
hot
elapsed
tubing.
time.
A load of laughing.
The Orion spacecraft
Speed.
integrity and the interim
Like
cryogenic propulsion
I've
system
had a
are
few beers
maneuvering
at this
tail to
stage.
sun.
We're enjoying it together. Do you know what?
It is in this orientation, this
They should have some
attitude.
kick out of this video. Yeah, I agree.
Momentary prop caution.
Not even a dash cam. 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think.
And Reid, no action. We're looking at it.
9 p.m. Eastern. It's 2 a.m. my time. Dylan, are you around for 9 p.m.
Commander Reid
Eastern?
Wiseman
We could stream it together.
What is being
I'll be honest with you.
routed to his
I've had a few
displays,
beers, my guy.
aboard integrity.
I have.
Propulsion engineer confirming
Yeah,
no action
I
is
have
needed
sent
at
you
this
the
time.
link
They're pressing
there
through
if
with
you
their
want to jump
nominal
on.
procedures to
Yeah,
prepare
Dylan.
for the
I have had a few
perigee raise
beers, but yeah, you're
and of
welcome
course
to
the
come on
solar array
if
wing deploy ahead of that.
you're free, and also yeah, if you want
The
to
solar wing deploy
the
is a critical
Trump
milestone. We'll continue to have our coverage follow the
speech, we
mission
can do
until
that
that
too.
deployment.
We'll splash down.
Successful
We'll
launch is
splash
just the
down on
beginning.
return.
The deployment of the solar arrays and successful confirmation that those
I take
solar
it
array wings are
Splashdown
drawing
is
power
filmed as well, my guy.
is a significant milestone.
We'll see
and
if we
says to the
can
flight control teams
stream
that
the
we will continue
Splashdown
on
as well,
today's
but I
mission.
would
Power
presume
needs to be drawn
Splashdown is
to
film
continue
live.
through some of the next milestones. Until then, the AOA open option that was called up upon Ascent, the aboard once around, is the current option. And
Oh,
aboard to orbit
252
option
of you on
ATO
X at the
will
moment.
be
Guys, do
switched to
smash
a
that
preferred
like button
mode
as you're getting
at the
into the
time that
stream.
the solar array wings are deployed and latched. It gives the flight control teams a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, Integrity Houston.
Guys, any of you
Update
on
Teeter's
YouTube,
handover
smash
for
that
your
like button
pad.
too. Really helps me out. And also that reaction button, bottom right corner on the screen. Whether it's a heart, whether it's a smile, whether it's a party face. Yeah, we're currently at 5,062. My top ever was 10,300 reactions. So let's see if we can get to 10,300 reactions.
minutes, 26 seconds.
And I can see someone going absolutely ham on the hearts right now.
Hi, Stan. We copy 1 second earlier for 5126 Teachers East to West, and saws are starting to deploy. Thermal knives are firing.
We concur. Thanks for the report.
Could you imagine if they didn't
reports that
catch
you just heard on the
enough
Orion's Earth
gravity
network.
from the moon and just went flying past it?
Integrity has maneuvered tail to sun. The RL-10 nozzle on the end of the ICPS
That's
is
the
pointing
thing.
towards the sun.
They fly towards the
Solar
moon.
array
They use the
deployment
moon's
sequence has
gravity to
begun.
slow them down. And the problem is,
With the deployment
yeah, I can
confirmed,
understand what you're
it'll be
saying.
several minutes
If the
until they
gravity
are what is
didn't
called
slow
in
them
a
down,
latched,
nothing
position.
slows them down the way
As
you
they are
go.
latched and confirmed to be drawing power, they can switch the mode to
I wouldn't
ATO
like
and
to think
continue along
about
the
it.
mission. The teacher's handover at the pad.
Would you fly
that
on the
message meant,
SLS? I wouldn't
the
fly
crew
in
was
any
provided-
rocket. I don't care whether it was Starship,
The crew
Saturn
was
5,
provided some
SLS,
preliminary numbers of
Neutron.
when to expect handovers between the tracking and
I would
data
fly
relay
on it.
satellites. Currently orbiting Earth at an altitude of 545 statute miles above the Earth. They are in a near-Earth network communication system. The tracking and data relay
If
satellites,
you just jumped in and
geosynchronous
smash that
satellites that
like
are
button, really
stationed about
helps me out.
23,000
Okay.
miles above the Earth.
And also, anyone on X, there's what,
After the apogee raise
254
burn
you right
that
now.
occurs later today, the burn
Smash
itself will put them at an altitude that
Guys,
surpasses
any of you remember
the
Reese
range of the tracking and
that
data
used to be
relay
streaming with
satellites,
us? He's ringing
and
me
they
at
will
the moment.
transition to the deep space network today.
What I might do, I might answer him, so I'll be
Integrity
back.
for prop
in-
messages.
Oh no,
We
he's
see
gone.
2 temperature
no,
measurements
he's here.
right near the line. It's that momentary
Right.
message you saw earlier. We're going to suppress those. It's CM helium heater 2 T1 and heater 1 T1. They're going suppressed.
Integrity, thank you. We see the same.
This is Mission Control Houston, passing 23 minutes of mission elapsed time into the Artemis 2 mission. This is after a launch that began at 5:35 and 12 seconds Central Time, 6:35 and 12 seconds PM Eastern Time. Right now, the orientation you're seeing from our arrow visualization that translates some of the telemetry that we're getting from the spacecraft and puts it into a model so you can follow along on some of the milestones that we are following here. The RL-10 nozzle that you see at the left end of your screen, though it is currently not firing, that nozzle is pointed towards the sun, and the solar arrays are currently deploying. From this visualization, they look fully stowed in a position.
Integrity, we are happy to report that Jeremy has
Just popping in. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. It's cool to watch this with y'all. I was watching it with the young one.
Again, Commander Reid Wiseman and pilot Victor Glover overseeing the deployment of the solar arrays. And we'll follow the attitude maneuver changes ahead of the...
Sorry, Mike, I was on the phone to restart.
No, how's he doing? Tell him
He's
I
not too
said
bad,
hey.
you know.
Yeah.
He said I'll jump on with you.
Nice. See, look, it's about to be the watch party. I don't know if I'm making you echo though, so let me know.
Let me see, guys. Let us know if we're echoing.
Yeah, I might have messed that up. I'll mute it. I'll mute it.
7-second miscompare.
Guys, let us know if we're echoing.
Orion and ICPS. We'd like you to read.
And Christian says, "Hey." Oh wait, Reese ringing me back. 2 seconds to make it. Oh, where is it? 2 seconds. Hello.
And Stan, we see a absolutely precise alignment. MET.
I'm sorry, y'all, for creating the echo. I'm gonna jump out and hopefully see y'all in a little bit. But y'all are awesome, and I hope everybody's having a great day.
Copy. Thank you for that. We'll investigate a ground issue.
And Houston Integrity, ATO preferred set.
Copy. ATO preferred.
This is Mission Control Houston, 25 minutes, 45 seconds into the flight of Artemis 2. We have confirmation that all 4 solar array wings are deployed and latched. This is
Guys, I realize Dylan is gone. Here, Dylan, if you can hear me, everyone is saying no echo. Max says no echo. Nemisha says no echo. Guys, who remembers Reese from our streams? Dylan is here at the moment, but we've got Reese live here with us.
And the ICPS, Commander Reid Wiseman confirmed the clocks are in sync, no issues.
Yeah, nah. Reese is live with us. Reese is on the beer at the moment.
Oh, that's awesome. So you guys don't hear an echo. So I'm not creating an echo for you guys.
No,
Okay,
no,
awesome.
no.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Your sound is fine.
I'm
Stephen
so sorry.
Valentine saying sound is fine. Christian saying no echo. Namisha
Right.
saying no. Hey, Dylan, Namisha wants to come on for a chat. Namisha
Yeah.
doesn't believe in the moon landing. So I said
Interesting,
Namisha can come on and look, I have an open mind. And I'm willing to get my mind changed. So if Namisha wants to come on and have a chat with us about the moon landing, and if the moon landing's not real. Here, Reese, would you come on?
What's up, Reese?
Come back on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2
Hey.
seconds.
Oh yeah. Reese will come back on. Yeah, Reese is coming live, guys.
Very nice. Very nice.
I love it.
Nice. You got the party.
Dylan, how are we getting on today?
You know, good day so far. I was kind of rushing home. Shout out to Zone from the community. He was keeping me up to date on the time of the launch. And then I got home and my son was here already and my wife was upstairs. I thought we were going to be able to watch it. And my son wasn't totally flipping over to like wanting the TV change, like from what he was already watching.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
So we were watching it on the little phone for a little bit. And then we started screen mirroring it, and he was building this kind of bus thing. And so anyway, long story long, the bus is now turned into a rocket, and he was wanting to get blasted off. So it went from this is boring, we're just looking at the sun, to It's a nice rocket, man. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
wait. Dylan. Reese is coming on.
I love it, man. I was gonna say, it's been way too long, and it's gonna be so good to be able to see him in person.
Guys, who remembers Reese? So he started the Hustle Brothers with me.
Right now,
if any of you don't remember Reese, he will be coming on now. So Reese was one of the Hustle Brothers from the very start.
This is where the RL-10 engine of the
let's get Reese on.
is pointed in the correct orientation for the perigee raise maneuver.
Dylan, it's been a while since you spoke to Reese, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I would say, gosh, it feels like 3 months. I want to say 3.5 months. If it wasn't the last earnings call, and maybe a week after, I did the most. Yeah.
Now let me be real with you. He knows I'm on the beer at the moment, and he's on the beer at the moment.
That's okay.
So
That's okay. Enjoy the night.
Reese, my guy, people are saying, nah, this is going to be insane because Reese, me old flaw, what's the crack, man? You might need to translate. Yeah, everyone remembers Reese. Reese is coming on, and Reese is going to be fairly hammered at the moment. You think I'm hammered? Yeah, Reese is fairly hammered.
This is the good watch party. You know what I mean? Get everybody together. So good setup, Liam. Way to get everybody comfortable and
switch has occurred.
Man,
and feeling good vibes. That's
I
cool,
went
man.
through closing bed, and I was like, do you know what? I said it to Laura. We went on a walk after opening bell, and we got lost. And yeah, it was a bit of fun and that. And I was like,
yeah,
right. I was meant to come on at 7:30. And I was like, no, we'll go on at 8. Let me go get a few beers. We'll come on for the Artemis launch. We'll come on at 8, and then we'll do an Artemis launch with a few beers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we are right now. But Reese
made it back.
Houston will continue to evaluate.
That's awesome, man.
To that burn. The perigee raise maneuver does raise the perigee.
You know, I don't think he realizes we're live. I think he thinks it's only me and you.
To continue in low Earth orbit and hit the target.
I bet you the chat will fire him up and let him know that I'm sure they will show him the love once he pops in. So he'll get the not rude awakening. You know,
what is there? 243 of you guys. Do you remember Reese? Reese started the Hustle Brothers with me.
Yeah.
Remember when Dylan first came on? Remember when Dylan became one of the Hustle Brothers? He is now part of the furniture. He ain't going anywhere. Christensen can't hear it. He ain't here yet, my guy.
Oh,
he ain't here yet.
East to west, they are
Vaguely. Oh, you vaguely remember Reese.
And as Orion makes its way.
Yes, where the hell he been at? We can ask him. My guy.
Coast of Africa.
Got the full panel.
Would you like to see him back? Would you like to see him back with the Hustle Brothers? We have been flying the flag. Myself and Dylan have been flying the flag alone for a while. We brought boat games in, but yeah, Reese, hopefully, we'll be seeing him fairly soon.
Should bring him over at least for an earnings call, you know? Definitely.
Is he coming back to the brand? Well, do you know
back to the band.
I feel like back to the band. I don't think I could kick him out. Yeah, he created this with me. OG Reese. Yes, I'd love to see Reese back. Yeah, look, I couldn't kick him out. Like, we created it together.
I like that.
I couldn't kick him out. And yeah, self, Reese, Dylan, the OGs, and yeah, I'm gonna pull Goat Gains in under that too. So yeah, the four of us, OG Hustle Brothers. Dylan, I'm gonna go. How do you say it in the US, to the restroom?
You nailed it.
I'll be back.
Time of handover.
I'll hold it down.
51 minutes 26.
Let me see. How's everybody's day?
Margin.
Let's see. Let me join this.
The perigee raise maneuver cutoff happens.
I will say shout out to Liam from watching some of the Rocket Lab launches. It was like as we were watching the launch upstairs, and it was like watching it with my wife and son. It was like as they were doing the MECO and such, being able to actually explain that to them or try not explain it, but like kind of be able to mention and speak about it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. Like I think they're in low Earth orbit right now, Leo. So it's cool to be. It's like you take all that knowledge and like sometimes I feel like you don't even realize how much like real world knowledge you take in either by like investing in stocks or inversely like having all these products out there and having companies like Rocket Lab and such, and then them actually having companies that you can believe in and then invest in on top of that. It's kind of a crazy symmetry in between that.
Solar array wind deployment has occurred on NASA Plus and Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna see if I can jump in the chat too. I'm loading that up.
Coverage 24/7 at the NASA YouTube channel. For those that want to see all of the upcoming milestones, there are select.
There we go.
We will be coming back to NASA Plus and other streaming platforms. You can go to nasa.gov to find the latest on when to find those activities. Given that this is an operational mission, we do want to make sure that we are maintaining transparency in the mission and providing you all the information on what's happening in space.
So I don't know, maybe on like a 1 to 10 scale, like what was like the excitement level going into the launch today? Like anybody, like is this one of the first launches that either you've experienced as like a full launch or in the sense of just the type of mission that this is? You know, I think, you know, with Rocket Lab and stuff, it's, you know, we watched a lot of and this is out of my league, so I'm just kind of doing my best here to kind of talk about what I think I know. And so more with the Rocket Lab, seeing the low Earth orbit satellites be deployed. So those have been really cool. So I don't know if anybody has seen some of those launches, and I was trying to see if different camera angles were able to be found on these rockets too. But definitely props to Peter Beck and the way he sets up the visuals on his launches. I like that a lot. So kind of having the whole almost announcer as well, like when you see the Rocket Lab and you see the SpaceX launches, it's really cool kind of how it's turned into I don't even want to say a show, like it's almost like a it's like the cross between like entertainment and show, but it's like it's not a spectacle, that's not the word either, but it's just really cool again the way that they have the announcers come on, and yeah, I like that a lot. So maybe incorporating that a little bit more and some more visuals as much as we can get.
When you're ready to copy.
All right, Houston.
The Joby swag, you know, I would say it is not bad. The quality was good, and what I actually like and was a little bit unexpected was the postcards and the stickers that they had put in. It was like that nice little, like kind of like little just touch, you know. So you know, pulling a lot for Joby in this eVTOL race. And, you know, it's just, you know, I really want to see them continue to get through that Electric Skies tour. You know, I think New York's going to be next, but continue to see what other cities are going to be on that Electric Skies tour. And then, you know, we may find out a little bit more on operations in the UAE, you know, depending on any conflict resolution and such like that too. So could be interesting. So we'll see if Liam is up and around, because definitely I know that it's later on his end, but he definitely powers through. And man, this man streams all the time, all hours of the day. So if you guys are interested in Trump speaking later, definitely let Liam know, and we can either coordinate or we can figure out how best to do it. And
yeah, we can get that done.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Making sure they hit the mark on that time of
I think I might create a new stream for that, because people will think that it's Artemis stream. It's just Artemis. So potentially before that Trump talk, we will create a new stream. And yeah, we'll see what it's like post hours. I'm currently trying to get Reese on board here, but I can't guarantee you. How do you like the Joby swag? Do you know what? My brother actually rang me earlier and said my Joby stuff has actually arrived.
No
It's a
way.
big shout out to Oliver.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got no confirmation that I was going getting it, so I didn't know was I going, was I not. But yeah,
nice.
We were all afraid it was going to
Houston.
Liam is actually wearing Joby's flag today. Blue socks in his arm. Yeah, it looks like it, don't it? But I do not remember Reese because I'm a newcomer. But I'm sure he's a swell guy. Now, do you excuse me while I go get a sherbet? Cheers, mate. Do you know what?
Nice.
Ray, big shout out my guy. We're on the beers at the moment. Big
Enjoy.
shout out. I know
Again, the point of that
once we
maneuver
start
is to
these
point the main
Archer
engine of the
Aviation
ICBM
podcasts on
towards that
midnight,
engine in the
I know
proper
Ray
rotation to
will be
execute
with us there.
at 26
Dylan,
seconds.
can
Needs
you
to
tell
make the
us
correct
that you don't like
decision to
Joby?
achieve the goal
No, Dylan does like
forcing the energy
Joby.
to
It's
100
not.
nautical miles.
I think
You know me well,
guys think
Liam.
it,
Yeah.
you guys think it's a lot more deep than it really is.
Activations
Like,
over Orion to Earth.
you guys think we are
Japan's
either
activated
Archer or Joby, and we're really not. We don't pick teams.
Mm-hmm.
And
measuring the
from day
cabin of
one,
Orion.
I have been Archer and Joby, and I felt like
With all, during all
the
of
pressure has been
activations
on to
here
try
the
and pick a
ground in
team, and the
Eventual,
pressure,
Houston's flight director
you
Judd
can put all the
Freeling has
pressure
been
you
a
like
poll
on me.
with
I
flight
invest in
controllers in the
both.
room,
Dylan
to
has
see if we are in a
always,
go
yes, we can
position to
say
go
he's a
ahead and
massive
execute
bull in
the
Archer.
airways.
Dylan
That is
has
fair.
never been
That is fair.
anti-Joby, and I can promise you that.
Once concluded, stand
Yo,
level
between me and
report
you,
to the crew,
Max,
and we'll stand by
yeah, if Dylan was anti-Joby, I'd say it. No, like, we have to be honest in this community, but
Yeah.
between me and you, Dylan has never been anti-Joby. And I can promise you that he's very, very bullish on the whole eVTOL industry.
And what I'll say too, and thank you, Liam, because honestly, it's even better said from you, just so it's like one of those things. Oh, I got one of my kids' stickers stuck to me. That's how you know I was playing with them. But no, honestly, the reason I probably don't hold as many Joby shares today as I do of Archer shares in a percentage wise, or just to the total portfolio, was to the trajectory that Joby stock was taking last year. And it kept leveling up, stair-stepped up. So you had times when Archer again would have those catalyst pump and then would just kind of, getting ride back down. So you had like a week or so to kind of make that decision, before it got back down to those consolidating ranges. But again, it kind of seemed like with Joby, it was like every time you want, or I'll talk in the singular, every time I was buying in, it was hitting that next consolidating ladder, and it would do it for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then you would have the entrance to Dubai and those additional flights, and then the EIPP. So it was like all these catalysts were going into it, and I was just honestly trying to run in my mind the longevity to be able to invest in the eVTOL sector. And again, as we talked about, and I'm not gonna steal the show or anything like that, but like with the different FAA certs and the timelines, and having those is almost like good mapped out timelines and good flags for us. It's one of those things where you kind of always hope Joby comes back in and under the price that you sold it at. And so looking at the timelines, and with Joby being at a 10 to 12, I felt like an extended market cap. Maybe it just wasn't the best time to buy at that time. But again, Joby coming back down, the market cap makes a lot more sense. So that's definitely, no fear of buying either company, in the sense of, I do think it's going to minimally take two companies to succeed. And I'll be honest, thinking that I would have said a year ago that I would have thought that Archer would have been further ahead in their VTOL progress and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just to be honest on that, definitely thought they would have been further ahead. But yeah, that's my long-winded.
I have a really funny one here. Does Liam sleep?
That's a good question.
I was thinking the same thing till I remembered I was in the same time zone. Wait, Reese is ringing me, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, Reese
You're getting a
is
live
ringing
look
me.
inside
Yeah,
the Artemis 2 mission.
Go for it. I'll be back.
Go for it.
Room. The team
Go on,
you
my
see
day.
here oversaw the ascent of our 4 astronauts inside Integrity, launching at 6.
Yeah, no, this man, he runs 24/7.
Now again, this room.
Being a father is awesome, and I would say there's awesome sides to both of it. It's like pre-kid, it's like, did I want to take a nap? I could go take a nap, and I didn't even realize it. And now post-kid, it's like, oh, kid is awesome, love the kid, love his energy, but man, you got to find your spots. So yeah, it's beautiful parts of both sides of that. But yeah, Liam grinds really, really hard. and yeah, it's like it's almost like a stream that he won't let himself miss. It's like he's got that motor. It's really cool.
Be a part of such a historic launch. Here in Houston, again, we're turning our attention to the mission. And for now, we'll say farewell and thank you to our colleagues there for today's launch coverage. We'll see you again soon for Splashdown. This is Mission Control Houston, sending it back over to Megan and Nicole at the host desk.
Okay.
Thank you, Gary. And yes, it was such a pleasure to be a part of this historic mission that started right here at Kennedy Space Center. It was such an amazing sight to be a part of. And now, as Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen begin their journey, we here at the Kennedy Space Center are about to wrap our broadcast. We'll, of course, though, have 24/7 coverage with our colleagues at Johnson Space Center starting as soon as we sign off, so don't worry. You can follow along our 4 astronauts every minute of their nearly 10-day journey to the moon and back. Nicole, I'll definitely be watching it, and I'm sure you will, too.
Yes, of course. They just started, right? The launch was beautiful. This was a historic day. They're on their way back to the
I had the Hustle Brothers stream on my phone and was trying to get
wait,
the
Reid
two.
should be there.
We're excited to see.
Oh, let's see.
Wait, we'll see. Let's see. Reid, can you hear us, my guy?
To see what we can.
I don't know. He was just on the phone to me, so I don't know.
It was really
Can you
So,
hear me?
I was watching Hustle Brothers on my phone, Liam, before you sent the stream over, and I was trying to get the screen mirror up to the TV, but it wasn't working. So we were trying to find a launch on my wife's phone, and I don't know where this launch was we were looking from. Like this was like there was no host, there was none of this production was going on. So
X my guy.
What's up?
Oh no, he's gone.
The goat. No, he'll be back.
No, he's
Bring
gone.
him back.
He's gone.
He was like,
this is on NASA X at the moment, my guy.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wait, let me see this. Does Liam sleep? Christian, I was thinking the same thing, so I remember we're in the same time zone. No, I'm in the same time zone as Liam. Yeah, we're in the same time zone. Yeah, do I sleep? Ask my missus that. Yeah, it's pretty wild at the moment. It's 20 past 12 here. I live off your guys' time zone, so yeah, when I'm back on the farm at the moment, yeah, it can be a wild one. But yeah, when I'm over here, yeah, I think she thinks I'm a little bit strange, running off your guys' time zone.
I always think it's so interesting too, Liam, with you being ahead in the time. You know, again, it's like you have the day where you're kind of up and at it and such, and then like maybe some market news starts flowing in, or you know, maybe you're up and able to read the paper again, before like again people.
I feel like I can focus a lot quicker than you guys.
Yeah,
when market opens, it's 2:30 for me. Like it was 1:30 there about a week ago, but it's 2:30 for me. So like by the time market closes, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like most of my day is done by then, and like I feel like I'm an evening focused man. So like, yeah, by 9 o'clock, I'm strapped in.
Are you one of those people that's like, and curious, and chat definitely, like Christian, everybody let me know too. Are you one of those people, Liam, that's like more creative, like later at night, and kind of like that kind of stuff gets going?
Yeah, but at the same time, it really depends. If I really have to get up for like early, I can't focus. Like I've been up for many streams for Rock Lab at like 6 a.m.
That's true. You never know when the launches are. Yeah, yeah.
It's one of those. If it excites me, if something excites me, I can switch on.
That's cool. That's a good switch.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Do you know what, Dylan? What we might do?
Yeah,
Artemis seems to be over right now. I'm going to create a new live stream, guys. Anyone that wants to come back and see Trump's speech, I'm going to create a new live stream, guys, and we'll do Trump's stream. Trump's speech there and then. Right, guys. I'll speak to you in about 10 minutes, and Dylan, I'll send you an invite for that. Right.
Nice. And Christian, I see your comment. Send it back in the other one. We're gonna get them we'll bring them over. I'll see y'all on the next one.
All right, guys. See you.